heard double. I heard double.
All right, friends. Good morning. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope everyone's having an amazing. Hopefully you guys all kinds of issues today. Hope you guys are having a great day this morning. Trying to figure out where Lenny went. I had him here.
Something is wrong. I don't know what.
Yeah, I lost.
We hear each other double.
Lenny. You still hear double?
Yes.
You do? That's on your side, man. Check your make sure you have the chat room open. Check. Do you guys hear double? Do you guys hear us double? Hopefully not. Over on YouTube and in our chat as well. Hopefully you guys can hear it pretty good. No, you're fine. Okay, good. All right, excellent. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Market Prep. Let's get right to it. Sorry, I had to restart my whole computer right when I hit the live button. Something went wrong. Got an error, and had to restart everything from scratch, and that was not fun. Quick look at our gappers list this morning, as we got so much going on, as you can see here. I mean, just a whole lot happening today. So actually, we'll dive into everything here, from all the quantum tech stuff, news that we got yesterday, which a lot of you guys took advantage of when trading the later hours of the day. That was awesome. Everything is on green this morning, as you can see here, and then a couple of stuff in red, including ARM, because their earnings are not so good. So we'll dive into all of that as well. All right, excellent. Let's take a look at our U.S. economic calendar before we continue. Lenny, he was a good man. He was a good man. All right, let's take a look here. We already got initial jobless claim this morning, U.S. productivity as well. Again, I think these things probably not going to react too crazy this morning. We are seeing an increase in volume, as you're noting here, but I don't think this is going to be anything.
Good morning, Carlos. I'm back.
We got you back, man. Good.
Yes.
Got you back. All right, you hearing not double? You hearing good?
Yes. No, that's good. That's fine. No, it's fine. Okay. Yes, all good. Perfect. Here we are. Awesome.
Okay, that sounds good, man. All right. So again, a lot going on today. There's so much happening right now. The SPY is reacting to the numbers that just came out, and I'm not sure if you have them, Lenny. Do you have the numbers? Initial jobless claims and U.S. productivity. I don't have them handy here, but market's reacting to it now. We'll see how that's going to play out. But for the most part, guys, it's just so many headlines. I mean, we got the chip stuff going on. We have the UK Diva at 10. We might have a second open at 10 a.m. too. I should have put that on the U.S. economic calendar, because that is a big event for today as well, depending on what Trump and the UK come out of those meetings. So what a market for day traders, man. This is just awesome. All right, let's dive right in, because we have so many things to go through. Let's take a look at the first one on deck, guys. Is going to be on our
really a lot of things happening, guys. A lot of news happening. A lot of stocks in play. Yesterday with the FOMC meeting. Yeah, yesterday with the FOMC meeting, Powell said, we have a slightly higher inflation and also slightly more uncertainty, but still the economy for now remains to go well. So he said like multiple times that they're well adjusted to just wait and see. I think he said like 8 times. Wait and see in just a couple of minutes. So
more like 25 times. It was funny. It was great.
That was like he really wanted I think like to direct and indirect say something, and that's what he did. There was also the potential stop in so Biden, he had like some a law to restrict export from certain AI chips or certain chips, and the Trump administration is now trying to remove it. So that's actually also like a catalyst for the semiconductor stocks today. And of course, there was yesterday the Apple and Google news, where Apple, first of all, like in a trial, they said for the first time they see less usage of their search browser, of their own Safari search browser, and that they're also saying that they're might gonna add AI-related search to their search browser. And I think the news, especially from like less usage of the search browser, also hammered a little bit on Google, right? Because search revenue is the most important, Google search is the most important revenue source for Google. So I think that's like some of the things that are happening just to start before I thought like it could be interesting before we start looking at the stocks in play, because there's also many different stocks in play today.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, let's take a look here, guys. Let's start with NVAX. I mean, there's so much on here, as you can see. There is just a ton. So we'll start with NVAX this morning and see what's happening here on this gap up list. NVAX is one that we have seen in the past. Right now, we're up 30%, 5.3 million shares traded on this thing. I mean, that is a massive move up. I like this ticker. When it's in play like this, it can trade very well. So I will add this to my list. I mean, you can literally today just take all the tech companies and put them on there. You're going to have a great day today. But I want to spread the love around a little bit. So let's put NVAX on here. I think this one can be a nice mix for all the tech stuff we're going to see this morning. Lenny, what's the latest and greatest on NVAX?
Yeah, so they have earnings. I don't really know like exact details. There were many earnings, and I took a look at many of them, but NVAX wasn't one of them. But one thing is for sure, the market liked at least part of the earnings because we're up 20, 28, 29%. Yeah, let's see. I think it could be interesting for your watch list, especially if you okay with stocks lower than $10. It's higher than $7. So I can definitely understand why somebody would put it on the watch list, and I'll definitely also keep an eye on it just to see what's going to happen because it's very volatile. 8 a.m. apparently the earnings came out. If I look at my 1 minute chart, because ever since it's going up a lot. So definitely NVAX 5.5 million shares traded could be something interesting for today.
Yep, absolutely. Next on here, guys, QBTS obviously in play. It is leading the gappers list this morning by 29-30% here. So QBTS also in play, my friends. I mean, this is awesome, right? A lot of the tech companies, if you look at the gappers list, a lot of these quantum stocks are feeling good today. QBTS, Rigetti, QUBT, IonQ. I mean, you name it, they're on here this morning. The QBTS does trade very well. A lot of us do like IonQ. That one can get good volume. This is also up nicely. So I think today, just pick your favorite. Obviously, this is coming off the chips news announcement yesterday.
They report dead earnings. QBTS and both QBTS.
They both have earnings.
Dead earnings.
Did they have earnings before the announcement or after?
Depending which announcement. I think IonQ was yesterday, and
the chips
QBTS reported this.
The chips announcement from Trump yesterday.
I think this was afterwards. Oh. QBTS reported this morning earnings, like at 7 a.m.
Beautiful timing. Beautiful timing. That's great.
Yeah. QBTS really crushed it. Like 509% year-over-year revenue increase. IonQ did okay, but just slightly above expected. 7.6 million compared to 7.2 million revenue as expected. But QBTS really did like 5 times more revenue as expected. They also narrowed their loss to only 5.4 million compared with 17 million the quarter 1 year before. And actually also very interesting, QBTS, they claimed that they solved a real world problem, right? What is the thing with quantum computing? The goal with quantum computing is to have chips and computers that are like immense, way more fast than any other computers, right? So, and they claimed like in a search paper that they solved a real world problem, a complex real world problem in 20 minutes, what normal computers would take a million years. So a normal computer would take a million years, and they said they claimed to solve it in 20 minutes. So right. Both things, like really wide qubit.
I don't believe that at all. One bit. And again, do these guys see what's going around the world? I mean, is this what we call a real world problem? I mean, we still got cancer running around, all this stuff. Those are real world problems. I don't know what's wrong with these people, but yeah, that's awesome. I don't believe it. How they going to quantify something in 20 minutes after all that long? But whatever. But hey, we don't care about that, Lenny. What you care about is how good that news is right now. I mean, look at the stock up 30%.
Yeah, definitely. QBTS, I think will be high in my watches. It's below $10, but I think with such a extreme strong price action in the pre-market, I think also pretty wild earnings, right? 5 times the revenue. Also, like at least that claim. I think I'm gonna put it on my watch list. QBTS, even above IonQ. I know IonQ is indeed like what you said, like the most popular variant, but their earnings were not so spectacular. And of course, QBTS also more than 60 million shares traded, while IonQ only has 1 million shares traded.
Yeah. It's not a stock that trades very well normally, but today's their day. I'm definitely going to have them here on my list. So QBTS, on the list right now for sure. We'll be watching that one. Out of all the other quantum stuff, that's obviously making our list here. All right, let's continue to move. Next one on here is going to be, I'm just skipping through all the quantum stuff. Let's talk about Bitcoin. I see Mara, CleanSpark, Riot, MSTR. Hood, they're all on here today. So as you guys know, Hood is one of my favorite tickers to look at. This morning they are up 2.93%, 1 million shares traded. I mean, looks like Lenny, just Bitcoin overall is up today.
Yeah, definitely. Bitcoin held very, very resilient. It was really, for me, remarkable how resilient it stayed in the last 2 months, last 6 weeks. Of course, gold really went to the moon in the terror war. Gold did not, but gold really held above the previous all-time high before election day at 80K. And then now we're actually yesterday, day before, Bitcoin was trading at 96K. And this morning I noticed it was almost 100K again. It was slightly above 99K again. So yeah, Bitcoin showing a lot of strength, and now also the confirmation with another move up again to 100K, and I think that's positive for I suppose for the Bitcoin stocks, with the MSTR leading the way from the Bitcoin stock, gapping up from a range. But I can imagine that the Hood is definitely a preferred trading stock above MSTR, because MSTR could be also a little bit of a minefield, but could also trade well. But
Yeah,
Hood's definitely more solid.
it can. I'm just looking at I'm looking at even Hood a little bit more. I mean, it doesn't look that interesting given everything else that we have. I mean, they're taking over the gappers list. They're all over this thing, but I don't know. I'm gonna put Hood on the secondary. I think we don't have to completely dismiss it, but I'll put it on a secondary for now. Lenny, which one are you watching out of all of these today?
I will
Out of
put
the
them.
yeah.
I will put them on a F list. No, I will put them on a not on my A list. I think like I put them on a B or C, because it's not my favorite stock, the crypto stocks. But I'll put MSTR on my C list, and perhaps Hood also somewhere there. I just want to keep just very interested, right? I just want to see what's going to happen with the price action, and who knows, it's going to be an amazing, beautiful trend, and we can try to jump in.
Yeah, awesome, man. Love that. All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, so I'm gonna just put Hood on the secondary for now, and we'll see how that looks a little bit later. Heading down the list is trying to pick through some of the stuff. We looked at Quantum already, which are all these tickers up here besides NVAX. NVAX on deck. I like them as well. We looked at the crypto MSTR stuff. Soundhound, let me see how they look. They could be a hit or miss. Right now, I don't see anything great. Just quickly looking at it, I don't see anything that looks interesting. So I'm going to skip on that one. Let's get to the good stuff. Intel, Google, and we also even have MU down here. Nvidia's not showing up on this list, but that's one we're going to be looking at today as well. Let's go with Google. Obviously, Google yesterday taking a big hit. Lenny, as you mentioned earlier, rebounding a little bit today. They're up 2.6, 2.7 million shares traded. I mean, clearly these guys are in play. What's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, so first of all, yesterday I had the big news, right, from Apple. There's multiple things going on. Actually, also Google is paying Apple $20 billion to be like their main provider on the Apple products, right? So that Google, like their Chrome, is like the main search default search engine. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that deal, but yeah, there are multiple things happening. Apple saying that in that trial yesterday, that for the first time they noticed that searches are down, and that's of course could also reflect to Google. Actually, Google came out with a statement where they said, well, our searches are not down. So that's also perhaps the reason why it's not rebounding so much yesterday compared with the sell-off. So why it's so rebounding so much today compared with the sell-off of yesterday. Now I'm actually also thinking, right, QBTS, quantum computing, actually Google is also one of the companies that are trying to become very big in quantum computing. So perhaps even like the news of QBTS could also be relating to, could also be influencing Google. So yesterday, of course, we had a big sell-off. Multiple things happening from Apple side, but also perhaps even QBTS earnings and INQ earnings could influence the Google stock. So let's see. I think Google, it's not an easy trading stock intraday, but I'm gonna put it on my watch list for sure.
Yeah, not the easiest. Agree there, but again, I think we need to watch it today. Maybe not on the main list, because again, out of the Max 7, this is between this one and sometimes Microsoft are not my favorite to trade. So let's see what happens. All right, continuing down, we saw Intel here as well. So Intel also gapping up this morning. Again, doesn't really trade all that great for me, but today they're up 3%, 3.6 million shares traded. I know people like watching this stock. I personally stay away from it. So again, in play. Lenny, I'm not sure if anything individual or just this overall chip headline that's driving some of these tickers up this morning.
Yeah, I agree. I am also not the biggest fan of Intel as a trader, as a trading stock. But yeah, if I look at the I think it has to do with not something per se individual, as far as I know, could be, but as far as I know, I think it also has to do with that the chip news that we discussed earlier, that there's like the Biden some export restrictions set up by Biden that the U.S. administration right now is trying to take up. That could be influenced. But if I look at the chip stock, I think Nvidia looks also interesting with 9.4 million shares traded because they really have elevated volume. They also like closed yesterday strong and also gapping up again today. So I think, and also MU is really closed yesterday strong, closing above the range, and also today gapping up. So I think if we're looking at the semiconductors, the chip manufacturers, and also related to the chip news, I think perhaps MU and Nvidia could be a little bit more interesting than Intel. At least personally, I would try to avoid Intel and take a look at the other semiconductor names.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you look at Nvidia, and again, Nvidia is only up 1.5, so you might think, oh, that's not as great as the other ones, but you gotta start this move from when the headline came out, right? I mean, if you look at yesterday, you got to start it here. We were sitting at 113. If you see that there, where's my Epic pen? There we go. Around 113.50, shot up before the close. Here's the close line here. If you can see that light blue line, shot up all the way to 117. So, you know, the big move is not really capturing the 1.4 up this morning, but it is pretty big because, you know, 113 is where we were kind of leaving off for the day until that announcement came out. And then you saw plenty of tickers. Lenny, surprisingly, I was still in SMCI and took advantage of this crazy
Are you still
pop,
in?
man. And no, I was not no more, not overnight. Okay. But I took advantage of this crazy pop, man. Just pure luck. Very nice. I had no idea that was happening, but if you were in any chip company, a chip stock, you did very well if you were able to take that there. All right, excellent. So I am going to add Nvidia to my list. I think that's worth putting on there, so I'll add that in just a second. And then going back on here, I'll keep Google.
And AMD could also be, by the way, AMD could be a second day play.
Yeah,
or we had yesterday with earnings at AMD, and if we're looking at the semiconductors, right, then we got AMD second day play, but also perhaps they could be influenced by this, by the AI news. So I think I put AMD also on the watch list.
Yeah, AMD actually was not the easiest trade, but you got a nice short on it yesterday. But it was not the easiest trade after a bit there. But yeah, AMD could be interesting. I mean, I'm gonna want to pack this thing up with all semis, but that is where we're going today. I am gonna put AMD. You know, I'll put it in the secondary just because I have so many on this sector right now. So AMD in the secondary, and we're gonna add Nvidia. Again, just how good that thing is looking right now with the volume we're getting. Nvidia at the top here. I'm just curious. I haven't seen Tesla in a bit. What does Tesla think about this? Let's just take a look here. We are up 1.9 million shares traded. So we are getting a slight gap up this morning. Didn't really react last night to, oh no, not really. It got a little bit of a pop here. And when I say little, we're talking about almost $6-7. That's not that little. But yeah, I'm not sure about Tesla. What's your thoughts, Lenny? You going to be watching that one?
Yeah, I won't put it on my primary list, right? There's so many stocks happening, so many things happening. It is 1.9 million shares trade, so slightly elevated. The daily chart is kind of boring, really rangy. Also, the pre-market it's not really doing anything spectacular, not really something really different, outstanding compared with the rest. So I just like to watch it because it's Tesla, but it definitely won't be on my A list, right? We got so many things going on: Google, Apple, AMD, MU, Nvidia, QBTS. So I think afterwards we'll follow Tesla.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm going to keep that one off for right now. I mean, I will put it on my secondary list, I guess. But again, just got so many on these things. Let's do Tesla on secondary. All right. What else? Gap up list. Take a look here. I think that covers it. I do have American Airlines here. That is looking pretty decent this morning. We are up 2%, 612,000 shares trade. As far as volume, they're not getting the volume that we normally see out of this ticker. So again, nothing crazy there as far as volume goes. Pre-market action is not doing all that great either. So I don't think it's really a stock to put in play here. But it is up nicely, hit 2.3 with 613,000 shares traded. Wow, what a gap up list. Lenny, before we go to gap down, anything you like that's gapping up that maybe did not make this list or that we haven't talked about yet?
Yeah, perhaps Meta. Meta is also gapping up, not that significant. There's also not significant pre-market price action, not significant volume, but I like this gap up from the last 4 days. And perhaps, who knows, there's like this yeah, I'm not really sure how there could be like a direction, really, a relation between Meta and Google and Apple and the semiconductors. I think perhaps it's just gapping up compared in sympathy with the other tech names because everything is also up. So now I don't think I'll put Meta on the watch list. Let's not make it too much. So with regard to gappers up, yeah, perhaps PLTR, right? PLTR could be a third day play. There's a gap to fill if you're looking at the daily chart, 1.9 million shares traded. So perhaps there are probably going to be some people in the community, moderators or traders who are really looking to add PLTR.
Yeah, I agree. PLTR for me is, funny. We mentioned yesterday PLTR second day play. Today we're talking about third day play. I think PLTR is just a everyday play. I mean, this stock is just that good. But yeah, I feel like my list is so full already. How many I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. We could add one more. We could add PLTR.
But we also got gappers down still. We've also many gappers down.
I know.
Affirm,
We're not even halfway through the process here. The good thing on the gap down, I'm looking at the names already. I don't see anything I like here. I could tell by these names that for me they're no good. But we'll go through them. Let's start there. Let's look at Piton. That's what our good buddy's doing here. Down 8.5 this morning. 1 million shares traded. It's just I'm not my thing here, Lenny. Will you be watching this one? And what's the latest and greatest?
No, I remember still as the day of yesterday when Python was still trading at 170 at all-time high, and then the news came out. I was trading for this prop firm, and news came out. Yeah, that we're gonna recall like I think 10,000 treadmills or even more. And then ever since everything just went down. It was really a wild day. I remember like the market was waiting like 1-2 minutes, and then everything Python at least started to Peloton started to sell off. But now you're trading below $10. It won't be on my list either. I think
it's wild, man. It's wild. And again,
big
you say
sell-off.
10,000 units, but 10,000 units for these guys is a lot of money. I mean, these machines are expensive, right? And they'll obviously make a lot of their monthly fees, which are not cheap either. So, yeah, you take away 10,000 units, and that's a lot of money not coming in here. All right, let's look at the next one here. FTNT. I've seen this before. I don't like it. I mean, it's not my thing. Lenny, thoughts on it?
Nah, it's on the Gapper down list. It's cybersecurity. It's. I like sometimes when these when these stocks really gap down and there's like a gap to fill, and you see in the pre-market, post-market, you see small candles, meaning that there could be like there's still a lot of space to move to the yesterday close, right? Because small candles could give a good risk to reward, but in general, I don't have too much confidence in FTNT. So definitely it won't be very close inside. Perhaps something together with MSTR and so very far away. Where I potentially look at it if really nothing is happening in my A and B list.
Yeah, here's another one again. This is just not great. CLF, which is Cleveland Cliffs, another garbage ticker. I'm not a fan of at all. Again, we got so many great things to look at. We haven't even looked at even Apple yet, or Microsoft, or any of these other companies that probably are going to be trading well with this headline here, and some of the stuff that you guys are going to be throwing out to us, like Mr. Marsman over on YouTube saying Amazon. Amazon was actually pretty nice yesterday. It was moving very well. So again, Cleveland Cliffs is just not going to make the cut today. Anything to add here, or we're moving on?
It's like also commodity trading. It's a commodity stock, right? So as far as I understood, no, I won't be trading it. It's also below $10 commodity stock, small ATR, 50-cent ATR. I won't be looking at it.
Yep. I don't like it, so we'll move on here. Next is going to be, just going to this gap down list, is Shop. Let's take a look at Shop this morning. We are down 6.62 million shares traded here. Actually, it looks pretty active this morning. So what's going on? Is this earnings today?
Yeah, they have earnings. They had actually pretty good, solid earnings, but their expected growth rate for this current quarter, so quarter 2, is a little bit lower than expected. So they lowered a little bit the expected growth rate for this quarter, lower than expected. Not even that much lower. So I don't know, at least the market responded with a sell-off. And let's see. Shop, I think I think it's not the most easy trading stock, right?
Yeah, no, it's not good. I'm not a big fan. It is in play today. I mean, let's throw it maybe on like a D list. a D list here for Lenny. It is in play. I'd like to see how it looks a little bit later. It is down 6.5. It's probably the only thing that's going to be red on my list today. Yeah, let's keep an eye on it. Shopify. Again, we'll see what it does here. All right, some other ones on here. ARM is actually going the other way today after earnings. So here it is, ARM. They are down 6.5. They have recovered a little bit since the drop. The drop last night.
Earnings. Yeah, they had earnings.
So they recover a bit here. Let me just show you what this looks like here. There we go. So oh, no, that's a little bit better. The 5 minute. So big drop all the way down to about 109, and since then slightly recovering up by 116. I'm sure even with the bad earnings, all this chip stuff, because this is also another chip type company, all this chip positive news is probably helping them climb a little bit this morning. But yeah, earnings last night on this one, Lenny.
Yeah, they had earnings. They lowered the guidance a little bit, so they're gapping down pretty much. But now in the primo, when I was looking at it, it was gapping down 8%, but now it's already recovering a little bit. So yeah, it could be interesting, but I think they're better trading stocks than ARM.
I think so as well. All right, and then if we look at here, I think we're pretty much covering the gap down. NVO is doing some stuff today. What all short all day yesterday. Pretty much sold off. After hours sold off some more, but again, not really a good one for me. So I'm gonna keep it off the list for now. All right, Lenny, excellent. As far as gapping down, anything you like this morning that might not be on the list today?
I think we discussed pretty much most of it. No, I don't have anything to add.
All right, beautiful. Let's. I'm gonna go ahead and start over here. We're gonna look at what our team, what you guys are watching over on YouTube. So let's check it out. Let's see what you guys are looking at this morning. Amazon was being mentioned a couple of times. Let's take a look at it now. Amazon again traded very good yesterday. Had a nice little breakout. If you look here on the 5 minute. Beautiful breakout yesterday, and then a lot of stocks during this time, like 11 to about 1, maybe even later in the day, they just went sideways. It was just a complete chop fest after the first initial breakout that we had, right? So some did get a little break a little bit later, but for the most part, a lot of chop in this area on many of the tickers. Like my SMCI I was in, did nothing. I mean, all day long, just did this until the actual chip announcement came out by the Trump administration. So that was fun. But yeah, Amazon, not sure today. Maybe I just think I'm out of space, guys. I got way too many tickers on my list. NVAX, QBTS, Google, Nvidia, PLTR, Hood, AMD, Tesla, and Shop on the secondary. I really can't add anymore. So hopefully you guys can watch. If we see something great like you have done before, call it out to us, and we'll definitely take a look at it. But we can review some more HIMS. I won't be adding them to my list, but we can review them. Let's take a look at HIMS. HIMS been very
Yesterday's
active.
strong as well, right?
Yeah. Today we got a little bit of a drop. It's only down 1.2 now, so it's recovered a bit here. But a little bit of a drop this morning. So did they have anything going on today?
I didn't check it. I think there must something have happened. There's some announcement, but I'm not sure what it was. But,
okay. A little bit of a drop there. So, but they're recovering. They're recovering pretty good here. So, HIMS got diluted senior notes offering. Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, so there it is. So CTO announcement. Yeah, so a little bit of a drop there, but they're pretty much recovering here. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I mean, we do like the way the stock has been. Normally, we don't like the stock, but the way it has been trading the last couple of days, you can see here clearly on the daily, it's been out of its normal trading DNA there, right? So very good volume. And obviously, when you have volume like this compared to this, pretty much dead, you start getting these type of daily candles, and that is what we love to see as day traders. You know, actual candles with some movement, some volume. That makes the stuff very explosive. So today maybe a continuation. I mean, back to back really good days here with volume. So maybe today could be a continuation. If there's some announcement here that could play out as well. Again, I won't have it on my list, but because I can't afford to have any more, but that looks really good. Mara, we did look at a little bit earlier, guys. So again, they're all up slightly. So pick your favorite out of all the crypto type currencies. Hood is usually one that I like to look at. But again, I think it just has so much more that I like better this morning. All right, how about in our chat? I haven't seen anything from our members tab. Affirm. When does Affirm have earnings? Is it today or they did it already? I saw them on the calendar. Usually we're all over earnings, but who needs earnings when we just wait for a tweet from the White House and that kind of get things going? Affirm earnings tonight after the close on Affirm. So that should be interesting. Let's see how they look now. AFRM. They're up 3.5, not that much volume. I don't know about this one today. I think tomorrow we'll have them in play for sure. But today I think they could take a backseat for now. All right, let's see. Anything else? Rigetti, Steve. Yeah, pick your favorite out of all of those. I am going to go with QBTS, as we mentioned. That's the one with the big catalyst today. But Rigetti, QUBT, IonQ, they're all looking pretty awesome. This morning, I'm going to stick with QBTS because they got the big volume at 19.7 million shares traded. The only thing I don't like about this one is a lower price stock. I'd like things to be a little bit higher, but I have traded this before as a swing and also day trade, and when it's in play, and it does very, very well. So I'm looking forward to see how it does today. We're up 27%. I mean, that is an awesome pop this morning. All right, I think that's it. Lenny, anything we might have forgot before we head into our community events and announcements?
No, I think we have a very, very full list. A lot of different varieties. Well, of course, very, very tech heavy. Google, Apple, but also the semiconductors, AMD, MU, Nvidia, the quantum computing stocks. Then we got, of course, PLTR and some other potentials. It looks pretty tech heavy, but a variety of things happening. So I'm really looking forward to this market open.
Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be very, very active. Ben over on YouTube saying, how are we feeling green today? We're feeling good because we're going to get volatility. I mean, we've seen days like this go red and sell off, and we provide us good short opportunities, and we've seen them do the opposite. So again, I'm going in usually without a bias, and I'm just going to trade the price action, man. I'm just going to react to what's happening. I'm not trying to predict. React to what's happening usually works out a little bit better at times. And again, people feeling good right now. It's green, and usually when people feel good, they tend to pull the trigger a little more quicker and often. Got to be very, very careful with that. All right, friends, you can always head to bearabletraders.com, click on webinars, and you can see what's happening for the next 2 weeks. So today we're going to focus on Thursday. Lenny will take you through what's happening on this beautiful day.
Yeah, so Thursday we have the mentorship sessions, and to start with 11 a.m. in the webinar room, I will having my mentorship. You can ask me all kind of questions. I will run through my trades of this week. You can upload your trades there, and we can discuss your trades. We can discuss concepts. It's very open, right? So that's 11 a.m. at the webinar room. I hope to see you there. After my mentorship session, there's the mentorship session of Jared, 12 p.m. noon. They're going to be his option trading mentorship session. He's going to present, and he's going to do basically the same thing, right? You can ask him questions, etc. And then later tonight, we have the evening mentorship with Thor at 8 p.m., where Thor's answering questions, discussing concepts, basically what you would like to know. He can discuss it with you, and he can explain a thing or two. So that's the schedule for today, this Thursday. And then if we're looking at the packages of memberships, which is very, very interesting. We have the intro, the basic, the elite monthly, and the elite annual. And the most popular is the elite annual. You have 1 year full access to the chat room, to the mentorship, and to the webinars, also to the psychology part. There's also part of it in the platinum package. There's also part of one session in the P Capital bootcamp. So a bootcamp is included, and also a funded account. So basically, these are the most full, complete packages with access to the chat room, to the courses, to the mentorship and webinar, and to the psychology part of Babel Traders.
Absolutely, friends. Thank you, Lenny. And check us out. We'll get access for about the intro membership. Get a week access, see what everything is involved in there. All right, we got a very exciting day here. Cannot wait to see how that market open is going to be. And let's prepare for it. Let's get some levels in place here, and then we'll start getting ready for the market open. And our traders will be in the live chat room in just a second here. So let's get ready for some levels. Let's take a look here. We'll start with the first one, which is NVAX. So let's start there. NVAX this morning, big pop up. Oh, it's coming down now. I don't like this here. I don't like this setup. I want it to keep going up and trade well, but let's see. I might move this to a secondary. This is not the way I want this to kind of shape up here. So high of the pre-market right now, $8.18. The low is going to be down at $5.96. So we'll slam two levels there at the moment. If we look at the daily, there's a couple of levels in between, like right where the price action is sitting. If you can see this 708, if you draw a line right there, you clearly can tell there's some action here you want to mark down. It's going to be the 705, right around that area. It could be higher or lower. Remember, these levels are not to the penny, right? They're an area. They could be a couple of cents below, a couple of cents higher. But that 705, you want to mark that down there based on some recent support that we saw in prior resistance and support as well on this thing. A little bit higher, there's another level that's what we want to mark down. It's going to be over at 751. And then another one all the way here around $8, which makes sense. These lower price stocks, this $8, these whole dollars do make a difference. They can become some psychological levels as well, even if the daily is not showing a whole lot. Towards the bottom, in case somehow we get back to the red here below the previous day close, the big levels at 547. So we'll slam one there. And then above the 818, which is our pre-market high, we do have an area here, which is clear resistance. I mean, look at over and over and over again, just slamming our head into that thing. So that has not been worked out. So around 858 could be a little bit lower to capture some of the most recent spikes over here, right? You got some that are a little bit higher on this end, but the most recent, which is, you always want to go with the most recent data if you can. It's around 850, right? So we'll mark that down there on NVAX. But if it comes back to the previous day close, I'm not going to be interested in this ticker. So let's see what it does. Next is QBTS, just crushing it this morning. We are up 26% on this thing. I mean, it is high flying today. 909 is the high of the pre-market, and then towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market, pretty much slamming into the highs and lows of the last two trading days right on here, all these. So you don't really have to do a whole lot there. There are some key levels here you want to mark down. 790, good level here on the daily. You can see so much support that then becomes clear resistance around that area, so you want to have that down. Right where the price action is at, like around 854, you do see a lot of days opening and closing just kind of flirting in this area here heavily. So we want to definitely put a level there just in case that's going to mean something. The pre-market already, if you look at the 5 minute, you can see there's some action happening there as well. Towards the top, we're going to have that 1019, and then all the way up here, obviously, we have 1118. I'm not sure if that's in the books today, but we do have the volume to make that happen if we want to on QBTS. So one of my favorite ones to look at today. I don't like this a lower price stock, but we traded before in the past and it has not let us down. Let's see if we can do it again today. Google 155.80 is the high of the pre-market. Towards the bottom, you have the highs and lows of the last two trading days. Really big range based on yesterday's day, right? So news came out here and it just could see how bad this drop was, and it did drag a couple of tickers down as well with it. If we do drop below the low of yesterday, we're looking at 144.29 all the way down here. But right now, I don't expect anything that big today. It will probably be more contained. 153.04 is the low of the pre-market, 155.80 is the high. And if we look towards the top, we do have the highs and lows kind of surrounding, the small, looks very small compared to this candle, right? But surrounding to today's pre-market action, we're just within all these levels at the moment. There is one here I want to mark down to 159.17, good level as well. You can see on the daily how many times we change directions to. I like when you hit a level and it changes directions. That usually means the level is pretty strong. So that's really nice. All right, next is going to be Nvidia. So let's take a look at Nvidia here. Nvidia, big move yesterday. You're not seeing the numbers reflect how big the move was, right? You got to look at yesterday's after, right before the market closed. You can see how big the move was on this one, coming from about 113, ending the day around 117, and then today we're hitting as high as 118 on the pre-market highs here. So actually pre-market high 120.56, and then towards the bottom here we do have 118.34 as the low of the pre-market. So a lot of action there. If we look to the left here, we're going to mark down something above the pre-market high 122.19, and then above that Good area right around here, 125.59. Towards the bottom, you don't need to add anything, guys. We got plenty of levels, highs and lows for the last two trading days. Are doing an amazing job, so you don't need to add anything there. Let's look at PLTR. PLTR this morning, we're stuck between the highs and lows of the last two trading days, as you can see here. But even then, it still has provided some good trading. A little bit of a sell-off yesterday that actually turned out really nice, and then gave you a bit of a bounce, right? So nice sell-off here below the VWAP, and then a little bit of a bounce towards the close yesterday on PLTR. The day before, same thing, just a lot of movement. Like if you look at all these days, there's just a lot of movement in the intraday, up or down. So it makes it a great stock for us day traders to watch. All right, let's take a look here. So above the pre-market high here, we do have the highs and lows of the last two trading days. We have the previous day close towards the bottom. We are going to mark down. Did I mark down the low of the pre-market? I did not. Low of the pre-market, 111.48. So let's mark that there. It's going to be right over here, 111.48. So we'll mark that there. And then we're just kind of stuck here in this range. I'm going to put one level towards the top in case we can break out. It's going to be 115.99. And I think once you do that, you're pretty set. I don't think you need to add anything else. All right, friends, that's my list. NVAX, QBTS, Google, Nvidia, PLTR. And then we got a bunch on our secondary list. NVAX, I might end up moving down. Let's see how this thing looks in a couple of minutes. We might end up moving that off the main list, depending how it goes. And maybe put like an AMD or a Tesla up there. Excellent. Lenny, what we got going on with our moderators this morning?
Let me check what the moderators have on their watch list. So Abinachi has the Thursday stuff. So the Magnificent 7, he likes to pick tech names. Anyone looking at PLTR for momentum play. And Phil looking at Nvidia, Tesla, Google, Microsoft, and Apple. So also very tech heavy. And I think that was all for the moderators so far. Brandon just added his list: Google, Nvidia, PLTR, Tesla, and AMD. And then I will go through my list. So yeah, just a quick resume, a quick summary for everyone. So what is things that are happening? So at 10 a.m., Trump is going to announce a trade deal. And I think we should also be careful, right? Because the market already moved up because of it. And perhaps the tariff deal also going to be a little bit disappointing. So then we could see a sell-off at 10 a.m. So what is the news yesterday with the FOMC meeting? They said that the slightly higher inflation and uncertainty, but for now the economy remains going very well. We have the news on the semiconductors, where the Biden administration created some export restrictions on certain chips, and U.S. administration currently trying to remove them. So therefore, like, we got the semiconductors potentially in play: Nvidia, MU, AMD. We had, of course, yesterday the Google and Apple news. Therefore, today also Google and Apple could be in play. So I have Google, Apple, AMD, MU, Nvidia. And then we got the quantum computing stocks with their news, with their earnings, QBTS and IonQ. And QBTS really crushing it, 5 times 500% growth. And also they announced in a paper that they solved some real world complex problem. Apparently 20 minutes, at least according to them, what a normal computer would take 1 million years. So QBTS is gapping up. I have Tesla, and actually just recently, like 50 minutes ago, some news came out in Coin. They announced that they're going to take over, or at least take a huge stake in a crypto options platform, Deribit, and therefore we see some volatility coming in Coin, and the volatility is a little bit dying down now in Coin, but perhaps Coin could be in play. I have it like on a C list. Same with PLTR, third day play, but as Carlos said, it's almost every day in play. They have a gap to fill, so perhaps PLTR could be strong. And I think that's basically my list and a quick summary of what's happening today.
All right. Yeah, awesome, man. All right, friends, we're good to go. Our live trades are going to be coming up here on in our chat. So we're going to be disconnecting shortly, and we'll let the live traders who's trading live today. Let's take a look here. Who is trading live this morning in our chat? Nobody responds to me. Nobody cares about me. I be sending messages to the chat rooms. These moderators don't give a damn. Like, it's Carlos. Ignore him. Nobody responded. That's right. I'm like the black sheep in the moderator team. I'm like the one they throw in the back. Like, yeah, we keep them there. Just make them do something. But if somebody else asks a question, like if Megan asks a question, forget about it. She'll get responses from like all the moderators. Like they'll wake up, like they have an alarm. They'll wake up and, oh, it's Megan. Hold on, I gotta respond. But I send a message, I get no love, friends. No love whatsoever. Lenny, I'm telling you, man, I don't understand. Black sheep, baby. It's okay. I love them very, very much. All of them. All right. I don't know who's trading live, guys. We'll have to see. But we are going to the message in the chat are going nuts. But it's so true. Like I'll be sending messages. I'll be like, hey, what's going on? What's going on? And just like, huh. And you know, in Telegram, you can see who reads them. So I see who reads them, but they don't care. They don't care. They don't respond. I'm like, no love, no love. All right. Let's see here. Let's continue, friends. So we are going to, I guess, disconnect from chat, and I believe, well, I don't know who's trading live here in the chat room, so maybe we should stick around, actually.
Yeah, we could also trade both, right? We could do
let's stick around. Because I don't know who's trading live, and nobody obviously responds to me. So, yeah, we'll stay live. We'll do that.
I think everybody just has confidence, you know. Everybody think like, okay, Carlos says something, we don't need to respond. He will solve it.
No, he will figure it out.
He's
no, it's not good. It's not good. Trust me. I'm not as good as people think. No. I'm just, you know.
Because they know you're the champ.
No way, man. I don't want that title. I don't want that title. Okay, so we'll stick with you guys until we figure out who's going to bump us off. So we'll stay on here. All right, let's get our levels ready. I mean, I'm not our levels, our charts. We'll do the 5 minute. We'll do the 1 minute here. And that is what we're going to be looking at for the most part. So we got our 1 minute and we got our 5 minute. Lenny, I got your charts right in here as well. So good. Make sure that's working. Beautiful. All right. 8 minutes to the market open. And we will get set to go. Guys, hit that thumbs up over on YouTube if you haven't done so already. We really appreciate it. Thanks for the funny comments. You guys are the best. And I'm only just kidding, right? These guys are awesome. I know they're just busy doing other things. But yeah, let's hit those thumbs up. Really appreciate you guys. It does help out the show a ton. And we'll get going. If Andrew's able to join us, we definitely will do a membership day today because we skipped it yesterday. He left. I think he went for a run or something. I'm not sure what happened, but we will do something today. All right, people are asking about Meta. What's going on with Meta? Meta here up 2%, 370. It's the least of my favorite today, I think. Now they will get volume at the market open. Lenny, are you watching Meta on your list today?
I considered it, but because there's like a pretty nice gap up from a range of the last 4 or 5 days, right?
Yep.
The so-called daily range gap. But on the other hand, the volume is not really elevated. 370k shares traded. The volatility is not really different than the other tech names. 1.9% gap up with the more or less what also the other, get a little bit on the higher side of the other tech names, but not impressive. And they don't have an individual catalyst. So I think with so many stocks on our watch list, I won't be adding Meta to the watch list.
All right. Yeah, I think it will take the back seat today. All right, let me get my list in order. I got NVAX, QBTS, Google. I will type in Nvidia, and we'll type in PLTR. So that's there, and then I'm looking at Hood, just putting it on my watch list in the order that I set it up here. Tesla and Shopify. All right, friends, as usual, if you're joining us for the first time over on YouTube, you know, I don't trade the first 3 minutes. So I usually wait, no trading in the first 3 minutes at all, no matter what's happening. It's just my data shows that doesn't work well for me. So we're going to wait 3 minutes, and then we're going to look for a potential VWAP breakout or 5 minute ORB breakout. And sometimes you get the VWAP breakout within a good 5 minute ORB. That's a plus if you're able to do something like that. So that's good. That's good.
Somebody asked if we ever trade the pre-market, but no, I don't trade the pre-market. I tried it, of course, in my first 2 years as a trader, but I never seen any significant profitability in it.
I try many times, man, and so well, I'm telling you, if you trade the pre-market and the market opens and you're still in it and it keeps going in your direction, it's probably one of the biggest winners that you can get early on. Like you'll be done by, 950 with a great win. but just the consistency, it was not there for me. I didn't have a trade book around it, so just kept losing money every time, losing money. And then what it does is when the market actually opens, you're off your game already because you're already down. You already have your emotions all over the place, so it just doesn't work. I'm not saying pre-market trading is not good, but you just got to have to have a plan. You gave me, oh no, not AAP. I was about to give you the garbage truck, but you gave me APP, Samantha. Let's take a look.
Yeah, there's earnings. I'd be loving it, but it's not. I looked
Yeah.
3 times in a row when you had earnings. 3 times,
Yeah.
yeah, impressive earnings. Actually, 2 times, and the last time, no, is it correct? Yeah, last 2 times I looked at it, but intraday it wasn't trading great. Actually, there was also one time where it traded okay. So I think the pre-market's not really looking directional. They had very strong earnings. Actually, they gapped up, so it could be something. I have it somewhere far away on my list here, but I don't expect too much from it. App loving.
Yeah, I don't expect a whole lot out of it today. I mean, today they look the best than what they normally do, obviously, because they got extra volume. But again, they just don't trade well. I don't expect them to be great. You were at Pony. Let's take a look.
Okay, wow. Clear yesterday closing at the high and now again moving up. Pony's doing its thing for 2 weeks, for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. Paris is going to join you guys live. You see it? Paris does love me. He loves me like he loves Tesla. Maybe not that much, but he loves me a little bit. All right. We'll let Paris do his thing. We're going to disconnect from chat. And Paris will be trading with you guys live, which is awesome, man. You guys got a great trader in your hands here. All right, guys, take care. We're going to be on YouTube. We'll see you guys later.
Yes. Good luck, guys. Good luck, everyone. So less than 3 minutes to the open. Always exciting. Exciting.
All right, here
Let's
we go.
see. So I get a question: where to see a fundamental catalyst? Is there a site for it? Well, there are of course multiple sources, right? You could use tradingterminal.com, perhaps Finviz. You can also look on YouTube. It's also being a little bit like an entrepreneur, right? Being a trader, all the time I have to find ways how to improve the process, and there's like various ways.
Yeah. Just making sure everything is good here.
So okay, so what we're seeing? We see still Google with a lot of volume. Some new spike came in 1 minute ago. So some volatility came in Google. AMD actually being strong now in the last 3 minutes. MU holding just boring in the range. Nvidia going to the low today. Nvidia still good volume, 10.7 million shares traded. QBTS, yeah. I think a stock like QBTS could just make crazy moves today. It could also be very choppy.
Yeah. No, I like QBTS today. I think with this type of volume, man, could be really, really nice. A few questions in chat here. On some of these questions, we're going to get to them like a little bit later after the market open. So we're going to focus on the market open at 9:30. Then at like 25 minutes in, things kind of slow down a little bit for us. We'll start answering some of these questions. But to answer a few quick ones here, no, we're not a prop firm, so we don't trade a firm's money. Usually, all the moderators are trading their own money. So then you do the same thing. You trade your own dollars. Your own dollars, yes. Yep. So we all have personal accounts.
So let's see. Somehow I like AMD just because it's the second day play. It has the volume. Yesterday it was trading different than the rest. So let's see. I also going to you're not going to trade the first 3 minutes. Sometimes I'd like to trade a 1 minute, 2 minute ORE, but only when everything is perfect.
Yeah.
In the pre-market, late pre-market, but that's not really the case so far. So I'll be also just watching for 3 minutes to see what will happen, right? And that also gives like a lot of clarity and peace. You can just 180 seconds to watch.
Yeah, a lot of information. Yeah, absolutely. All right, 10 seconds to the bell, friends. Let's lock in and see where the action is. Again, trade your setup, no rush. Don't let the bell get to you. Ding, 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 ding. And here we are.
Open.
where the good stuff is at.
So far, SPY is green, but that's very small. So let's see if that can
PLTR. Gotta love
turning
PLTR.
around. So Google is in the red now. What is our friend Apple doing? It's over in the green. Qs and SPY just moving in a range, nothing crazy. AMD looking strong. AMD's just made a red to green move, but actually also did the SPY, so nothing that's spectacular. AMU, it's also one of I like. Actually, AMU showed the most strength in the first minute. Didn't make a pullback, didn't went red first. AMU straight away went green. AMU also was pretty strong before. Nvidia went red, right? So we see like a lot of discrepancy, divergence. Stocks trading same sector but trading other directions. QBTS being strong first minute. Of course, tricky now already moved 30-40 cents. First minute pretty strong. And QBTS still I won't be could it be a 1 minute ORB? Now I'll be waiting 3 minutes. I'll be waiting 3 minutes. What do we see? So
PLTR
yeah,
is
AMD's
on
look at
fire, man. PLTR
AMD
is
as well.
Go.
Go with the flow. PLTR strong. Yes, we're now also reaching the high of 2 days ago. AMD showing its strength. We're now 1 minute and a half, 90 seconds. So what else do we see? We see MU bouncing off the pre-market high. But AMD looks stronger. AMD looks the champ for today. I already felt it.
Tesla sharp. I mean, this market wants to be long. This market wants to be so bullish, so bad.
Look at QBTS. QBTS looks also good.
Yeah.
QBTS looks also bananas. But let's see. Wait for confirmation, right? Everything can change in the third minute.
Yeah. Hassan,
AMD
you got an
remains
NVAX
strong.
short. Good.
Look at the
NVAX
volume in the
short.
second minute in AMD. That's a very strong sign.
That could be good. AMD, yeah, this strong, man. Tesla, not as much volume, strong. There's a lot of strong stocks. All right, coming up on minute 3, I'm going to be looking to see which setups are near the VWAP for a possible VWAP breakout or a 5-minute ORB. QBTS could be a good 5-minute ORB if we can hold here and then get confirmation for the breakout. So let's see how that looks. I'll need 2 more minutes after this minute finishes here, but that could be a good potential there. Let's see how it finishes up. So let's short. Maybe it's going to be a short 5-minute ORB. Oh, man, Google's showing a lot of weakness here. Check that one out. Google is definitely not doing good.
Yes, Google looking weak. Also third candle, yeah, but still no trade, but yes, it definitely looks weak. AMD looking strong. Third candle also strong, good volume. Very tempting to take. Actually, it moved $2.40 on the ATR. Looks pretty tempting to take AMD. But it's just slightly not according to my rules. Otherwise, I would have taken it.
Yeah.
Just selling off. Tesla also looking very strong.
Ooh, Shopify looks interesting for a short here, guys. This looks really, really interesting. Let's see the breakdown below the VWAP. I like this candle we're putting in on the 5-minute. That's just a very, very weak candle. I don't like the volume though, and that's the problem with Shopify. Is the volume is not there. But I like this setup. I really do. Let's see if we can break down below the VWAP, get a confirmation, and we're going to short the heck out of this thing. Back down to 85, hopefully. Let's see. I'm
long Tesla.
Yes, long Tesla. Very nice. Let's go. Long Tesla.
It's okay.
Good.
AMD slowed down in the 4th minute. AMD slowed down in the fourth minute.
Yeah.
Glad not to be in there.
NVAX. Nothing. Shopify.
IonQ is really selling off. Look at this profit taking in IonQ. That's profit taking.
Yeah.
I think Tesla's still looking pretty okay. That looked like the strongest of all of them.
Yes, yes, yes.
Let's see if it can continue.
QBTS. All right, here's the 5-minute mark, friends. QBTS could be a good 5-minute ORB breakdown. I do like that one also. Stop loss above the V up 20 cents there. I don't like shorting strong stocks. Usually not a great idea, but this looks like a short. We're going to go short here. 5-minute ORB breakdown. Stop loss 865. We get to 790. We're in good shape. This is a beautiful 5-minute ORB breakdown. Let's see if we can get something going here.
Very nice. But look at the PLTR breakout. Look at this fire.
I'm looking at your screen.
Rocket.
Here. Yeah, nice breakout.
PLTR never disappointing sometimes though.
Yeah, man.
Today.
PLTR.
Breaking out.
All right, let's see here.
Tesla stalling, not the best time.
Got an initial move down. We'll love to see another leg continuation on QBTS here. We got a decent size, so we got to be very careful with if it squeezes against us.
Almost made a hotkey error.
You?
Yeah, almost made it, but it's fine. It's all fine. Okay, so what else is there?
That is rare for Lane to make hotkey errors, man. We are doing this for so long. Rare, but it happens. Been there, done that.
Okay, I don't like this deep pullback in AMD. AMD made it. So there's still ideas of strength in AMD, but still like it's like the sell-off. The move ups was slowing down, and then we see the big pullback. So I won't be taking AMD long anymore.
Yeah. All right, here it is, QBTS. This candle right here is very important. Like if this candle does not sell off, I'm going to get out of the trade, because if it doesn't sell off, the chances are we are going to get back to the VWAP. And I got a decent size here. I don't want to even get to my stop at 865. I don't have to. So this candle is very, very important. You got the buyers that came in, try to do something here. We need the sellers to push it down. If that doesn't happen, I'm getting out of the trade, because then I don't think this setup is not. It's not good to be in a setup like this on a strong stock. It's not a good idea. This could be a little bit of profit taking, and then it can shoot up really fast. But it looks like we have other plans here. So I'm going to take a partial here. 814. Let's see if we can drop lower. Such a clean 5-minute ORB there.
Look at Tesla. I'm about to hit my first target.
Let's go switch to you, man. Here we go.
This Tesla, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
It was the strongest of all the tech names.
What was the strategy there, Lenny?
Yeah, ABCD setup, right? Just open. That depends how you want to call it. Like the second minute, you saw like it bounced off the pre-market high, move up. Second minute slowed a bit down. But third candle, inside candle, fourth candle, confirmation candle with high volume. And basically, that had a relative strength because it was the strongest from the tech names, strongest from the market, and it also had, of course, enough liquidity, since Tesla always have enough liquidity.
Awesome.
And perhaps also like the tariff deal, there's also like potential market catalyst that could make things move.
Yep. I'll take another partial here, guys, on a QBTS. I'm being very cautious because this thing, I think so. Phase-in, I think it's going to go Faison. I'd probably say Faison. That sounds much nicer. I think it'll go lower. I want 790. I got a level there. But you got to be concerned because this stock can shoot up. I mean, it is up 18%. That's a lot. So some profit taking maybe now. 2 partials already. Only 10%. So I got a really good size on this thing here. So we're going to be watching like a hawk. We're not messing around with this one today. Oh, I love the size on the bids. Wish I would record this. Look at the bids. It's coming in here at 8. Yes, let's break through that. How nice was that? Look at that. Let's see if we get some more. 790 coming up. Oh boy. This is very nice. So let's see if we get more bids down there to pull the price lower. We want 790 if we can. Oh, Raytrex, PLTR didn't come to get you. Yeah, that happens. We'll find something else. Sometimes that happens. You have your move, and then the stock keeps going. It
Oh,
doesn't
AMD.
doesn't come back to pick you up. AMD
AMD
looks like
might
one of
still
your
look
trades.
tempting. But yeah, but it just like
Yeah.
this. I don't like this steep pullback, but
Uh
it's
huh.
like very rangy now. So now
Yep.
it's not good. It's not good enough. But we see at least we see like the move up sideways. But I think there's less conviction to really trade it long. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's like sometimes also our rules impede us from taking it. But I think there's
Yeah.
enough room left on the ATR. We got a strong daily range gap up. We got of course a second day play, so we got the potential catalyst. So
Yep.
AMD could be interesting.
Yes. It's a lot of interesting plays. As soon as I get out of this one, because I got to watch it really closely. I'm gonna look
Oh,
at
look
some
at
other stuff as
PLTR.
well. Oh
Look at
my!
PLTR. And again,
Why do
right?
I
You see
trade
it.
anything else but PLTR? Just
Yeah,
trade PLTR, Carlos. But no,
disgusting,
this is a
right?
good trade here. But wow,
Look at
PLTR
it.
is
Look at it
just.
speeding up. It candle third 934,
Mm-hmm.
933, 934, 935. Really speeding up, increasing volume. That's a very
Yep.
strong signal.
Nice, nice, nice. Um, so it goes under 8. Next stop 760. How did you get that level, Faizan? How did you get that? How did you get that level? I hope you're right. Here's my 7. Oh, this is just great. This market is so nice. Um,
Fun, right? Everything
so
happen.
good.
Different things happening.
So yeah, it's the catalyst. All these catalysts just create volatility for us, right? And
What a
there's always
downtrend.
volatility in the market, but it just
Yes.
creates more movement in a lot more stock. Like you got QBTS, you have Google sold off, you have Nvidia doing something, you have PLTR going to the moon. I mean, AMD, beautiful ABCD pattern after consolidation, not the easiest trade. Tesla to the moon, Shopify not doing a whole lot. So you have just a lot of options, because part of trading is being able to find the stock that's going to trade well. When so many are trading well, your chance of finding is the stock that's going to trade well, it's good. What catalyst? Surf Bar, I know you're one of our good members. I was going to say, where you been? But no, I know you're one of our good members. I can't get on you because you've been around for a while. You're one of my buddies. Everything, man. We have the chip announcement from Trump administration yesterday. We have the U.S. talk trade deal, and we have QBTS has a couple of things, right? They also have their earnings, right? So it's just that these are all different catalysts that are affecting different stocks all over, right? So, all right, I'm gonna take another partial here on QBTS. We've done pretty good so far, but I just don't want to go back up with a lot of shares here at all. So hopefully this is just a pullback, but I got to be very careful because this stock is strong. It's up 17%. This can go green. Like it might not stay rest, a little bit of profit taking, and this can actually go higher. So
Hey, look at AMD. Look at AMD. It's
yeah,
like going to the moon.
to the moon, to the
It's
moon. That
flying.
is. Look at Tesla. Have you seen Tesla?
Está volando. I'm still in Tesla, but Tesla
Mm-hmm.
is moving sideways. I'm waiting for my next for my second target to
Yeah.
87.20. But yeah, it looks strong, right? You see, like also like the SPY and Q, they went down, but Tesla and AMD went
Mm-hmm.
up. So I can imagine if the market turns around, then you will get like another uh, tailwind in Tesla and AMD as
Yeah.
well. Well, let's hope Tesla can make a move. But Tesla is no longer the strongest from the tech names. It really seems that the momentum is in AMD, and you can
Mm-hmm.
already had that feeling, right? It was like more volume, elevated volume in the pre-market. It just the third candle in AMD, it was slightly smaller than the second candle, and then a fourth candle a bit smaller, and then we see a bit of a steep pullback. So the candle formation was not perfect for me, but I'm glad I got a long-term position in AMD as well. So
Nice.
that makes me happy to see it move up. It's I think a pretty good company. No investment advice, and it just got beat down a lot because it was, of course, in the shadow of
Yeah.
Nvidia. But AMD is just doing well.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, QBTS had a beautiful sell-off, beautiful bear trend.
Yeah, it's awesome. Hazan is asking, why do I partial, man? That's such a long answer to do right now. We'll probably go do it later, but it's just what works for me, man. And that's what you have to do. You have to find what works for you. That's the easiest way to answer that. Gotta find what works for you. For me, partialing has done magic for me, man. It has completely changed my trading, taking money off the table, and not just forget about the money. Forget about the money. The money's gonna come to you guys. You guys do this enough, you're gonna get the money. If you do it properly, if you're disciplined, the money's gonna come. It's about here. It's all here, man. How are you gonna be okay here? The partialing does that for me, right? For you might be something else that does it for you. For me, it's the partialing. The partialing keeps me sharp, man. Keeps me sharp. Here's why. I get in here, I take partials, money in my account already. That's it. This is a green trade. It just takes off the pressure. Now, if this comes back and I get stopped out of break even, I'm okay. No problem. Green trade, right? I'm not okay is I'm up $200 here and I take nothing off the table. I'm not okay with that. And then I come back to break even or even a loss. That messes me up here, right? So find out what works for you here that you can execute on a regular basis and just go for it. So that's it. I want to make more money. I increase my risk. Do the same thing I'm doing now. Just increase my risk, right? So risk reward is important, but just the trade mass and parts, just got to do what works for you, man. And somebody might look at this and be like, oh, that's retarded. Why not just hold all the way to 780 and take everything out here? Because this is the perfect example of an excellent trade. Well, guess what? You don't get excellent trades every day. It just doesn't happen, right? So I got a process that protects me from when things are not excellent. But yeah, that's it. It's do what works for you, especially on the mental side, because trading is so mental, man. It really is. I'm going to get all out because I strongly believe this stock is going to go higher. So I'm going to get out here. This was an amazing trade. Really, really nice breakdown on the 5-minute. I mean, look how beautiful this 5-minute is. Let me show you guys on the 5-minute. This is textbook. Like I could probably take a screenshot of this and use it on one of my classes. Look how clean that is. Love this candle here. The pressure, the selling pressure, right? And then just right there, good risk reward right next to the VWAP. Just awesome. But it's a strong stock. I think it could be a good long if it goes above the VWAP and we get our VWAP breakout. Probably could be a good long. So let's see how it goes. All right. Lenny, I see you looking at PLTR. How is
PLTR? Hindsight bias. Hindsight's always easy, right? But on the 2-minute chart, perhaps it could have been an entry because you really like the price action speeding up. Third candle, bigger in size, bigger volume, also above the high of 2 days ago, right? So then it's really like the start of the gap to fill. So I think perhaps on the 2-minute chart, PLTR was an entry after 3 minutes. Really like this opening drive setup, going with the momentum, going with the speed. At that point, it was also the strongest name of all the tech names, so basically the strongest name in the market. Also with a 3rd-day play, so perhaps there could have been an entry, but I was just looking at the 1-minute chart. Also, like a lot of things are happening at the same time, but also you have to. Hindsight's always easy, right? You have to be realistic. It's not about trading in hindsight. Trading is about trading forward. And I'm looking at Tesla. I'm still in the position. I got my rest of remaining on I took one partial remaining on my position is now at break even. And so that's also like the low of the range. So yeah, it's basically a risk-free trade from now, or I get out.
Something's out. What we got going on? 9:48. Things are turning south. Let me go check Benzinga. What do we have here? If anybody knows in chat, if you're tuned in, if you're locked into any news that came out, throw it in chat. I see Lenny checking his Twitter X account. Yes. Lenny's got the hookup. He's got the account. But yeah, something seems to be turning the wave here. Great questions, guys. Yeah, we can answer some of those a little bit later, so you see what's happening with the markets. It doesn't mess up your ratio that much, Brinkworth. And again, I always tell people, find a strategy that works, and then if it works, you can do it consistently. You want to make more money, just increase size. You don't have to change the fundamentals of that you created that works for you. You want to make more money, increase the risk. Okay, that's it. And you guys know I'm trying to get into golf now. Golf seems like it's the same swing every time. You want to hit the ball harder, higher, lower, whatever. You change the club. You don't change your swing. Change the club, right? So that's a good analogy. I'm gonna have to write that one down for a class. I'm trying to get into golf, man. I got an email for one person yesterday. He's down in Jersey City. We're gonna try to link up and go play some golf. He sucks just like me, so we can suck together.
And you could actually be like a breakdown as well. MU Micron. But yeah, I think it's remaining a
Yeah.
little bit behind the market, so I don't like it because the market's actually weaker than MU.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Market already fully broke down. Yeah, so we see some sell-off, right? See the
Yeah, a
sell-off.
little sell-off here.
So did
But
you find
look
already
at
some golf partners in the New York
yes,
area?
yeah, Mike. Mike in chat, he emailed me yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I'm in Jersey City. Let me know." He's in for golf, so we're gonna try to get something going here. Um, email carlos@barebootraders.com. You can always reach out to me there. All right, let's see, guys. All right, so QBTS, I think there's still a lot of opportunity in this market, guys. Let's see what else we can find. I think there's just more that we can.
In 10 minutes, they're gonna be the trade deal announced, but I'm not sure like how the market
Are they
gonna
gonna be on
respond.
time though? Because I noticed when they are when
Well,
he
MU
has
looks really good now.
visitors,
So
when he
sorry to
has
interrupt.
visitors, right? If they're coming over, he can run a little bit late. So we'll see.
MU looks pretty weak, so it broke down
Yeah.
with volume. Then it rejected the pre-market low. The candle afterwards, an outside candle. The only issue is it's
Mm-hmm.
remaining a little bit behind the market. So if the market now turns around, it probably will also take MU with it. So I don't like to be closely related to the market, but price action wise, it looks weak. But then we got the other dimension, right? The relationship to the market, and now the market is squeezing, and that's also forming a danger for MU. That's the issue when you're trading stocks that are not weaker than the rest. Then if the market turns around,
Yeah.
you get messed up as well. Even though MU remains to hold below pre-market low, intraday low, previous intraday low. So perhaps MU could set up later on because we also have a little gap to fill. This candle wasn't the greatest because it was a failed breakdown. So now you see like the relationship with the rest of the market. So now you just need to hope that the market is selling off for MU also to go with it. Hey, I see GPUS
Well, yeah. I see. Trade
again.
FTX mentioned that there. What was the deal? This was hot yesterday too. In the last couple of days, what's the news on
All
this
week.
thing? What's hyperscale data? Okay, so it's like a quantum data center. What do they do? GPUX. Yeah, you called it out, man. I remember seeing someone mention it in chat. A couple of people, I think you were one of them. It's on fire. It is on fire. 16 million, up 53%. What's the float on it? Trade FTX. What's the float on this thing? So GPUX, what do they do? Day looks good. Yeah, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah, so where do we see the trend? Where do we see price action holding strong? See, market might be bottoming right now. We also get the news coming in 7 minutes. So what is Google doing? Google in a range. What is Meta doing that we discussed? Okay, actually sold off a little bit. Closing the gap. AMD holding strong. So how does AMD look like on the 2-minute chart? Wow. Second leg up looks better on the 2-minute chart, but now the pullback was a little bit steep, so
Yeah.
don't think I'll be trading AMD again today. Or I didn't trade it even one time today, but AMD remote holding this range.
Here's QBTS guys at the VWAP. Let's see if we can get a breakthrough. Volume has died down a bit though, a lot. I'm not a bit, a lot compared to the first almost 30 minutes of trading, right? But let's see if we can get the breakthrough, if we get the pullback. Let's see if we get our VWAP breakout move that we love. I think the stock is strong. This is why I knew this sure was going to be probably short-lived. And look at that turning around here.
Yeah, now a break to VWAP. Could you ever consider this one for an entry? Because I know you like to trade VWAP breaks.
Not right here, because it could be a VWAP fake out. It needs to like do the breakout, it needs to do the pullback, and then the next time it's gonna like actually go long. That's when we'll jump in. So let's see. This will be like the breakout candle for me, right? So we do look for three things: the breakout candle, the pullback, and then the confirmation candle. So this right now is the breakout candle we're getting. And then we'll get the pullback here. Let's see if it happens. And it's should be good. We did this yesterday, if you guys remember, on here. Let me see if I can share this with you. Right over here. This was our SMCI trade yesterday, right? So again, the breakout right here, the breakout, the pullback, and the pullback could be a couple of candles. It doesn't have to be just one or two. It could be a couple. And then the confirmation candle is this one here, and the way back up, that's where we go long. Right, that's the setup, like a mini ABCD type play. Yeah, you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that. I will probably, like, if you take this trade and news comes out in 5 minutes, it could be tough, because this is kind of like the entry here. It's not a great one, though, I'll tell you that much. It's not as clean as the one we've seen in the past, but this is it right here. This is your entry. And this can be strong. I should get into this trade, but what if in 4 minutes we get some madness? Oh, no.
Now also turning around.
It's gonna go.
PLTR also could go still. PLTR also looks, PLTR breaking out right now. And you could see the strength like on the way up in the first leg, right? But the pullback was a little bit too steep. But PLTR also the strongest from all the tech names. So what about QBTS?
Yeah, I'm hesitating, man. And you know what? It's Religio's fault. Religio. It's his fault, because he reminded me of news in 5 minutes. So I'm like, we should wait. So if this goes to the high of day, I'm gonna blame him. Nah, just kidding, buddy. It's actually a good idea to wait when you got news coming out like that. We're always gonna have opportunities to take this trade. So even if it goes to the high of day, it doesn't matter. We're gonna have these opportunities all the time. Market's not going anywhere. So, but yeah. Why am I afraid of low flow stocks? No, it's not afraid of them. I play around saying I'm afraid of them, terrified, and they're the devil, whatever. But it's not afraid of them. I'm not afraid of low flow stocks. I'm afraid of losing money, and low flow stocks lose money for me. No, I'm kidding. No, it's Hassan, how can I put it? They don't work for me. I don't have a strategy that's successful. That's the technical answer. I don't have a strategy that's successful for low flow stocks. That's it. This works for me a lot. I mean, you guys see the way I trade every day, right? So it's the same thing. This works for me every time, more often than not, right? So that's what I do. That's it. I try to do this in low flow stocks. It doesn't work, so I don't do it. And I don't have a strategy for low flow stocks. So it's all about what's your strategy, right? Can you make a lot of money in low flow stocks? Absolutely. I made $5,000 on some, I forgot what it was. It was some. They're actually delisted now. They're not listed anymore. Made $5,000 on like a couple of hours pre-market. On top of that, like, come on, who doesn't want to be done before the market is even open? The feeling of euphoria is insane when you are first starting out to trade. And then it tames down a little bit. Even when you make that now, it's like, okay. It kind of, over the years, it comes down. I was about to say Peter, I'm not sure if it's the same for you, right? At first, when you trade, when you make money, it's like, whoa. When you lose money, it's like you're at both extremes. And then after a couple of years, it's just kind of come back to neutral a little bit here. So that's where I'm at right now.
1 minute to the market with the tariff deal news.
Yeah. Let's wait for the news to see how.
So what is my view on low float stocks? Somebody asked. Yeah, same. I never traded it, but I know some guys who try to trade it, but also like they have sometimes weeks where they can't trade anything, and I never really see anything specific having significant results with it. So then I think
that's it. Yeah, the results, man. If you can make money on it consistently, it's making money in the market is easy. You have a 50-50 chance of making money. That's better than any gambling out there that there is. That's actually really good. 50-50 chance of making money without knowing anything. But can you do it consistently? That's it. Can you do it over and over and over and over again? And if you can't, then that's the problem. And for me, low flows are that. I just can't do it. Some people can.
Yeah, so Apple indeed selling. Somebody says Apple is selling off. But somebody asked if I'm still in Tesla. No, I'm not in Tesla. I took one partial and then I got out of break even. So here you can see my screen. But still, it looks stronger than the rest of the market, right? So it has the relative strength because the market's trading at the low and Tesla is even trading above the opening range. But
yeah. All right, where's the action now? I see QBTS reacting to the news here.
So what is it? We also had like the inventories. It was up plus 0.4%, expected 0.5%. There was a news now at 10 a.m.
Let's see. DEF, I trade PLTR a lot. Why didn't I trade today? Because stocks have a really bad sense of humor, man. When you watch them every day, they do nothing. And when you don't have them on the list, they do this. It's just what they do. But yeah, it's just an awesome. What would have been your strategy here, though, right? DEF, that's kind of what's the question. What would it, for me, it would have been a 5-minute ORB. How about for you? What would it have been if you were watching this when you got your entry signal?
In what stock?
PLTR.
PLTR. Yeah, if anything, it would be actually on the 2-minute chart after the close of the third candle. When it also in the fourth candle bounced off this high of 2 days ago, right? Because you had like this, so that basically this island the last 2 days after it gapped down. So 2 days ago earnings, it gapped down. Then yesterday with the inside candle and the high, it was the high of the 2 days. I can show it here, right? And then there's like a gap to fill. PLTR has a lot of momentum. It's really a crazy hyped stock. So that's certainly why we're gapping above it. And then there's like a gap to fill. And actually the 2-minute chart, what do we see? We see the price action increasing in speed, increasing in volume, third candle compared with the second candle, and the fourth candle holding above that that small island, the high of 2 days ago. So I think if there was an entry, it would have been there. Also, like enough room on the ATR. We moved only $2 by then. ATR $7.50, and also like we were stronger than the rest of the market, strongest tech stock. So I think that would have been an entry. Really going with the momentum. But at that point, I was only fixating on a 1-minute chart, and I didn't see the 2-minute chart.
Yeah.
I noticed the 1-minute chart was also increasing in speed, like really speeding up. The candle number 4, 5, and 6. But I didn't look at the 2-minute chart.
Johan says, it would be nice to add seconds to the clock so delay is clear. Sometimes a bit confused how far behind it is. No, you'd be surprised how good YouTube is. It's not like as our chat room. Our chat room is instant, but you'd be surprised. And the clock you want to see is this one, right? That clock there, that's my computer clock, right? It's picking off the computer. This is the clock. This is the clock, the market one right there. So that's what the market is right there. You'd be surprised. You're probably less than a minute behind. You're definitely less than a minute behind. I'll tell you that much because I've seen how fast it is. You're probably like 5 seconds. Which is pretty good for YouTube. But that's the market clock right there. Yeah, it's pretty good. And just make sure you are on live, right? Because sometimes Google, you might not be on live on YouTube. Make sure you're all the way live, and this is the DAS clock.
Actually, AMD forming an interesting price action on a 2-minute chart. We see we see some speeding up, and then we see the consolidation with low volume. Look at the 2-minute chart on AMD. So basically we see a first strong move up, a little bit of a steep pullback. Then from 938, 940, 942, we see some speeding up on the way up. Then we see a little bit of a steep pullback, which I don't like. We see like this bottoming price action, candle 948, 950, 952. A little bit speeding up again, now forming a range, low volume in the range. It wouldn't be enough for me to take the trade because I think like the pullbacks are a little bit too steep, right? It seems to be like there is not a clear imbalance between the buyers and the sellers, because if the buyers would be really strong, there wouldn't be such steep pullbacks. and also like the first 4 minutes were slowing down a little bit. But it's
Mhm,
interesting, interesting, and who knows if there's gonna be really like perfect 5 1 minute candles or 6 1 minute candles really coming small,
yeah,
grinding up. There could still be an entry, but I'll be just keeping my eyes on it.
yeah, yeah. QBTS actually did another breakout. It did kind of like two VWAP breakouts there. One didn't work. Actually, you probably would. Let me see. Would I? Let's play it out. If I would have got in here, let's say I would have got in here when we got our signal. My stop would have been, that's 8:45, maybe 8:30, maybe the low of this candle, right? The low of this candle. Yeah, we might have survived that pullback there. It would have been tight. Would have been very, very close. But wow, again, you got another breakout here, pullback, continuation candle. So you got the move either way. You could enter around the same area, 850, and now it wants to go. I think the stock is going to be strong. I think the stock really wants to go back to high of the day. They have good news. I just don't know if I want to trade this one, but we'll see. We'll see.
It's a grind up indeed, definitely. It made the low of the day and then it has been grinding up.
Hood.
Apple is selling up. I really think like Apple doesn't look too great from a fundamentally aspect and also from a valuation aspect. I really think like Apple in the upcoming time we'll see like more weakness. Also, we've seen definitely some
Yeah.
relative weakness in the last couple of days. Also today we're just being the most depressed stock, just moving down, not a clean move down. Actually, perhaps a 5-minute ORB. Why not? Could have been a 5-minute ORB, perhaps. But yeah, AMD definitely. Apple is definitely a weak name. I would not long it,
I
at
want to
least not
scalp
long term.
QBTS so bad right now, Lenny. Let's go long QBTS, man. Let's just do it. This is not a strategy. Do not follow us. This is not a plan at all. But man, I think this stock is just gonna go to 909. It's trying to grab me by the face here, man.
Now the open price. It's now the open price. That might gonna read that. Open price of today, it's 868. So there's right now. Last candle was an outside engulfing candles, kind of. So a bit of a strong candle. So yeah, let's see.
I like, if you look at the 5-minute too, like if you guys look at the 5-minute, it also has like a really nice pullback and potential setup here. Our stop will have to be, it's got to be VWAP, unfortunately. It's a little bit far out. It's got to be that 840. Yeah, that risk to reward might not be worth it, actually. That risk to reward might not be worth it. 9 EMA moving average. Yeah, you could play the 9 and use the 20 at the stop. That's also a good one here because I think it's strong. I think it's gonna go.
Definitely has clues of strength. This also just
Right?
made quite some move already from 770 all the way to 870.
Yeah, no. Let me stop playing games. Let me not do that. And that's not a strategy. Like I don't have a strategy here, so let me be disciplined. But yeah, it just looks like it really wants to just take off.
Look at this setup in Apple. It's really falling now. Candles, last candles close at the low.
Apple.
Actually, also it's also caused by the Qs and the SPY selling off.
Poor Apple.
That could also be just. So, is there any already news from the?
Ray, you take it long for me. Oh man, I see now I could live it through you. I appreciate that. I think it's gonna go, man. I think it's gonna go boop 909, and then I think it's gonna be probably gonna get a little bit high. This thing is up 25%. I mean, that is impressive. That is really impressive. So, all right, we're rooting for you, man. I'm not gonna take it, but we're rooting for. Yeah, it's gonna go, man. Watch, it's gonna go. We'll watch it just take off. That's a great deal. So Ray Tricks wants to he took the trade and he wants to split the losses 50-50. But how about the win? Well, what are we gonna do with the winning side? I don't like the way this deal is setting up for me. Not like that. You enter A51. See, that's a good entry. A51 is a great entry. You enter here. That is where the entry was, right? A51. your entry stop loss below the VWAP, depending on how tight you want to risk it. But it's got to be below the VWAP. It can be at VWAP because this can come back and retest. But yeah, that's a great entry. 851. Give it 20 cents, like 830. Try to get 50 plus out of it.
I like on the 2-minute chart. You really see like the low volume in these pullback candles on the 2-minute chart.
Yeah. Look, every time it starts going up, it starts getting green. You can see the ask getting very active orders coming in at 870. Look at that now. 869 is gonna pop now. 869 on the ask. Look at boom, there it is. This
open price 868.
Andrew. This thing from Andrew, man, about the ask pulling the price, so good. It might be counterintuitive to a lot of people. Look at this, 877 up here, 21,000 orders up there. Ooh, let's go.
The open price of 868, if it holds above, it's a strong sign.
I knew it.
On the 2-minute chart, nice move up.
Hold on, let's look at the 2-minute chart. Here's the 2-minute chart from Lenny. Yeah.
You see now also like the inside, it's inside candle, very low volume. Candle before was like engulfing the body of the previous one, also low volume, and now we're getting with the high volume, we're moving up. That's definitely strong side. Also like the open price. This candle is pretty nice on the 1-minute chart. But yeah.
Ryan. Everybody say hello to Ryan. He's new. Ryan Mesquita. Ryan Mesquita. When I don't know how to pronounce the name, I'll go look at it in Google and just try to get the pronunciation, so I don't mess it up. But Ryan, yeah, this is live, man. This is live. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe, like. Nice. Welcome to Ryan joining us for the first time. Awesome.
Hey Ryan, welcome. PLTR. PLTR looking also strong.
Yeah.
What to do with PLTR?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Ryan. Welcome. You know what? I don't know what happened to him, because now that I'm trading live with you guys, see, before, after I was done with my pre-market show, I sit back, get a cup of coffee, just listen to Andrew and Brian. I was very relaxed. But now I'm hanging out with you guys, so I'm active, and now I can hear what's happening. So again, as I mentioned earlier, more of the black sheep. I don't even know I can't even hear what's going on with the community. So I'm late when they be like, "Oh, you didn't hear this in the chat?" I'm like, "No, I can't hear what he's saying. I'm here, focused with you guys." So I don't know what happened yesterday. I don't know how he traded. I see his screen, but he had a lot of trades yesterday, so I don't know if it was a good or bad day. But he's fine. He texted earlier today. He needs to move to the East Coast, man. Waking up too early is tough. He's done it for years, but as we get older, doesn't get easier to wake up that early and to be mentally ready for live trading with the size he's doing, right? His size is heavy, so you better be focused. That's tough. You get tired of that. It gets old very quickly. So he's got to come to New Jersey. I'm trying to tell him to come to New Jersey. He comes to New Jersey, oh man, we will be crushing as far as videos and all that kind of stuff, because we'll feed off each other's energy when we work together. A few times I've been to the office, we just feed off each other's energy. It's awesome. And that's what happens when you're actually in the same office with people that got the same mentality. Is pretty cool. So one of the benefits. Yeah, he'll be born in Jersey. That's what he says. There's nothing for him in Jersey. No, he's not moving. But I'm saying he should be moving to somewhere in the East Coast. Doesn't have to be Jersey. So he can wake up, refresh.
Yeah,
All
so
right,
Apple PLTR holding the range. I'm not sure like if it's technically, if you get in, you would only go for a second move, but it already made quite something, right? And the volatility, the morning volatility, it's a bit over in PLTR, so I would personally be careful. Also, the price action has been in a range for quite some time now in PLTR, so that the edge gets slower, right? The longer the price action in a range,
Yeah.
but I definitely see some potential for a continuation setup in PLTR. There's definitely room, especially like if the market soon turns around, because the market is still holding back everything. And what about Apple?
What did I say welcome to? Raul, there's no way I did not say welcome to you. You're new. You're new today too. Welcome, man. I try to comment to every good morning you guys send every day, but when it gets busy, it's hard to do the show, to host and also comment, and I do the screen switching and all. It's a lot, the back end, man. So I try to say good morning to as much people as I can because I really appreciate you guys coming in and preparing with us every morning, right? Like, this would be boring if I would be doing this by myself. So, and the same for Lenny, right? This part of the community is just kind of being able to network together, get ideas from you guys. It's awesome. So, Raul, welcome. Good morning and welcome. Wonder if are you new as well? All right, we're watching QBTS. I know a few people are in this long because you took the trade. Some people are 851. Some people here on the bit of the breakout at around 860. And I think 909. I think high of the day 908. I think we're gonna get it. Here it is. Let's go. You know what? Yeah, I looked at it. I looked at the likes. There was like a 300, I think. I don't like bothering people, man. Hit the like if you want. If you're happy, hit the like. If you like what you're seeing, hit the like. But can't bother you every day, right? I guess annoying. But just hit it. We appreciate it. We really, really do. But yeah, I didn't ask for likes today. Intentionally. Intentionally. I thought about it when I used to say oh, slam this level here at 909. I'd be like, and also slam those thumbs up. And I thought about it, like, hey, let's give them a break today. I'm tired of hearing me saying that. Especially if you are here and do it
if you
every
like
day.
me trade, you could like it the button if you like to see me trade, because then maybe they will ask me more often to stand in if
Yeah.
either Carlos or Peter is unable to trade. Look at PLTR.
That's config. Yes, Mohammed, I think I do have an email from you. I'm gonna send it to you today. I've been so busy, man. When bootcamp starts, it's like, forget it. It's so crazy. Yeah. All right. So welcome, man. Yeah. Raul says he's been here all along. Definitely missed you through the chats. Ravi's been here for years. I recognize the picture. Ravi's been here since, I think, before we even started the YouTube channel. So welcome, Ravi.
Yeah, where do we see anything? What is like the highest likelihood of another move?
I don't know, man. This was my move here at QBTS. I think this is gonna turn out really good. I'm looking to see. This hasn't been any news yet, right? So the news we're waiting for. Somebody asked about this. Trump yesterday or this morning. I'm losing track of so many different announcements. He announced he's getting together with the UK today at 10, and possibly announcing some trade deals discussion. I don't think they're gonna just reduce the tariffs, but they're at least gonna make headway on coming to an agreement. So that's happening today. I see Google breaking out of the VWAP. He actually broke out already. It's way past the confirmation, so we won't get in here.
Market's turning around, right? Market potentially turning around. Buyers coming in again.
Nvidia.
And it seems like slow price action in the SPY, right? If you look at the daily chart the last couple of days, but it's really perfectly normal. If you look at the daily chart, you see like basically four very small body candles. If you can share my screen, Carlos. But I think it's really, really normal. We've seen like two very, very strong weeks. And now we see like just like some sideways price action. I think it like price action wise is very normal. Look at the weekly chart, really strong reversal candles. Now just like an inside week probably, and that's all perfectly fine. But still, I think we said like every day basically we turned green. Every day we closed a little bit higher than where we opened. So I think still like the buyers like this market, but we need to wait for market news.
Yeah, I
how
think
things develop.
It's funny if you look at some of the tickers, they're kind of going sideways. A lot of them just kind of waiting to see if anything's gonna affect what they've been doing, right? So I think that's part of it. PLTR especially, just up here hanging out, 116, just waiting to see what's next.
Yeah.
Nick, question: will you have taken the VWAP break on Google that just happened? Let's take a look how that looks. So here is Google. Um, nah, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Hard to tell because it's very very choppy here. It's hard to tell, man. To be honest, this is one where, I'm very good at saying yeah, I would definitely would have taken that if I would have seen it. This one, I am not sure. Um, yeah, I'm actually gonna go with I am not sure if I would have taken. I know it's working out now, but I don't know if I would have taken this one as a VWAP breakout. To be honest, so yeah, this is that's a tough one. I think it's not as defined as I would have liked. Because here we just start going overlapping every candle, overlapping each other. Like it's okay to do that for a while, but doing it after so many minutes here, that kind of loses the strength. So when this candle moves up here, which is supposed to be a confirmation candle, your confidence that's going to go higher and break through this might not be as high, right? Just because how choppy it's been there, opposed to like a QBTS where look at this breakout, right? You immediately get the drop, right? It's not just chopping around, overlapping every candle. You immediately get the pullback and then boom, the breakout right away, right? So it's kind of like a smooth transition
By the way, look
opposed
at
to what
QBTS.
the other one
QBT,
looks.
we
Yeah,
find support at the open price. You see, like the open price we discussed, 868. The
yeah,
price
yeah.
actually finding support, the triple bottom on the 2-minute chart on top of the opening range. So these are all like signals.
Yeah, exactly, Nick. Yeah, not as clean, not as clean. Yep. All right, here we go. Who's long QBTS, guys? Who's long for me on QBTS? Let's see if we can get above that 890. Look at the ass coming in. Let me bring this over here so you see it. Here are the ass coming in. Oh, there we go. This pop 888, just stacking up. Come on,
Really, really big imbalance,
right
right?
through
Way
that.
more asked than bids, that's for sure. Poor. Look at
Yeah, it's coming
911,
right
910.
through that. Yeah, yeah.
Definitely
See it
imbalance,
happens.
more asked than bids.
There it is. There it is. Just wasn't able to get through that 888. That was strong. There's a lot of orders up there. All right, yeah, few. It's long. We cooking. Excellent. Good, good, good. Long 850. Yeah, anything 850 is in that area is a really good entry. Even lower, obviously, but 850 is kind of like when you got the signal for the breakout, for the VR breakout. That's where you got it. So, if you can get 50 cents at a $8 stock, you guys are buying the lobster dinner when we do the meetup. There's no question. No question. You guys got the first round at least. On QBTS, yes, good. So Dick, you're long on Anselmo, you're long as well. Medi, you're short. AMD. Assuming PLTR does not drop. What is PLTR doing? I know you were watching that one closely. Yeah, it's holding. It's really just holding. It can go either way there in PLTR. It's just that's a real true
Range.
consolidation. It's not a reversal. That is consolidation right now to me. All right, which is eyes on QBTS. I don't see anything else that I will get in. I mean, I had a great trade this morning already too, so I'm not inclined to push it. I got to see something that looks really clean, and I did see QBTS. For some reason, the news. I kind of say, wait, coming up at 10 o'clock, we got the news coming. Let's not risk it. But then the news came in when I still had an opportunity to enter. Well, not the news didn't come. The news never came. Still had an opportunity to enter, and I didn't. But you guys did, so that's good.
Yeah, no news yet, right?
I
The
haven't
news
seen
did.
anything. No, I haven't seen anything. But it usually happens, right? Like when you have
We got it now. We got now. Just 1
NVAX.
minute ago, something came in.
Okay, what we got?
US to cut tariffs on UK made cars to 10%. US UK deal to cut beef tariffs to close to zero. So there's like
Okay, okay.
something happening between UK and United States, but
All
not
right,
a
we got to give
full
us a little
deal,
more.
but something's happening. So how's Mark gonna respond?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Uh, let's see. NVAX got a potential VI breakout, but the volume here is not good. Like, this VI breakout is not going to be the same as some other ones. The volume just doesn't look great. It's very, very low for the most part. Stop loss on QBTS 895. You're going short. You're going short QBTS. Rolls-Royce. Is Rolls-Royce from the UK? I don't even know where it is from.
Could be a very good question. I'm not into
Yeah.
the car world. Sounds like an English name. That's for sure British name, but let me check.
Right. Exactly. Asper. That's it. It's just de-escalate. People are trying to de-escalate the situation. Cool it off. Here we go. Okay. QBTS, friends. There it is. 895. I mean, you're up. Really
Wow.
nice. Can we get
Nice.
909? 908 is the pre-market high right here. I don't have no FOMO, but I am. I'm not happy. I'm not in this trade with you guys here, but here it is. It's coming up, and the asks just keep piling up. So that is looking really, really nice. There it is. 8
Very nice what you
There it
pointed out, the
goes.
like the imbalance on the ask and the bid was really
Oh
clear on
yeah.
QBTS.
And this stock is really clear with that. Some are hard to find, but this one shows it very clear. The imbalance on the level 2.
I like that really that on the 2 minute chart, it really had
Yeah.
three
Hold on.
bounces on the
Let
open
me bring
price.
your. Yeah. Go ahead.
So 10.16, 10.18, 10.20, it really had like three bounces off the open price. First was like
Yep.
fighting against it a little bit when it had like the inside candle. Then it came above and really 3 times bounced off it. And then we broke out with high volume. That was pretty strong. Still not really my style to trade this late on the day, but
Yep.
definitely were some signs of imbalance, especially in combination with the bid and the ask.
Yep. Pig Wrestler, I haven't seen you today, man. Good morning. Maybe I missed a message from you earlier today. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. You're right. You guys are all right. It's not. This is not big news. But this market is so hungry to find any reason to throw money in and go long. So any little piece of like positiveness is like boom. There's a big explosion. It's just crazy. But this
A
market
lot
is
of
just people they want to buy in. They want to buy. Um,
PLTR the high of the day now. I don't see any conviction. I don't see any entry, but we see like 2 strong candles on a 1 minute chart. But now I
yeah.
think it's also like tough to get in now because if you get in now, you get in the high of the daily range, right? So your risk to reward is not great because you have to put your stop loss somewhere below, and it can also reject at the high of the day.
There it is. Can't get better than that, guys. You got 50 cents on QBTS. I mean, what more do you want? A $9 stock, $8 stock. That is awesome, guys. Make sure you take partials or do your. Don't let me not tell you what to do. Do your trade plan, but I'll be taking partials here. This is an awesome move, and don't take like 50% off. Take 20%. Leave a little bit in case it runs higher. 20% is a good number when you have such a big move because like you put a big chunk in your P&L, but you also still have a lot left if we're going to like 950, right? So partialing is a good strategy. If it's part of your strategy, it's a good way to stay longer in a trade, right? So that is awesome.
All right, full breakout now in QBTS.
Yeah,
Smooth,
this
good
is
volume.
really, really good. This trade was actually bigger than my trade. Took a lot longer, but way bigger than my trade. I mean, this thing is going really nice here.
And that's also important, right? To have the right stock in play. With these 4 quantum computing stocks: RGTI, QBTS, IONQ, and QUBT. But because like you understand what's happening in the market, you would be able to look at. You should be able sorry, knowing the market, knowing the information, you know that QBTS was the best one to look at, and I think that will, in the end, also made the best move today.
Yeah. Yes,
It's always what
indeed.
I call different dimensions in the market, right? You got the price action is just one dimension, we're reading at the candles, but the other dimension is there actually volume? Is there an extraordinary amount of volume happening? That's one dimension. The other dimension is the relative market strength. Are we stronger than the rest of the market? Are we weaker than the rest of the market? Another dimension is like, yeah, like perhaps like the fundamental aspects, like the catalyst, like what is actually happening. And I think sometimes people are just staring down on just price action reading, but I think there are multiple dimensions to
Yeah,
solve
yeah.
this puzzle.
Yeah, I see Hood, Javier. Yeah, Hood is it bounced pretty nice here. It's getting some volume too now in the last couple of minutes, so that's decent on Hood. What's the catalyst information? It's a bunch of stuff, man. Tariffs. There's chip deals. The Fed was not really anything, but I love how the Fed said nothing that we don't know about, and the market still reacts to like we expected this, right? But it's just weird how sensitive the market can be at times. But those are two big things, man. Tariffs and the deal with the UK. And again, the deal with UK is what they
Wow.
announced is not a big deal. It's
Look at
just the
PLTR.
de-escalation part of it, you know?
Look at
Like,
PLTR, by the way. It's
yeah, like
sta
getting
volando.
the ball rolling on starting to ease things off a little bit here.
Yes.
Yeah, PLTR, very nice. Spies pushing a little bit higher.
And
I
again,
look at
just like HIMS,
QBTS
sorry, go
930.
ahead, Carlos.
No, I'm just sorry, man. I'm just looking at QBTS 930, man. This is
That's nice.
wild.
That's the power, right, of also trading stocks in play.
Yeah. All right, now maybe I'm starting to feel a little FOMO. A little FOMO. Not much, but just a little bit because this is a big move. this is make your week, maybe half your month move here. This is pretty good. So very nice. Yeah, yeah. The FOMO's coming in a little bit now. I was trying to play it cool, but now no. I feel a little FOMO on this one now. This is a good trade. Turned out to be an awesome trade. Um, what do we think about Google? Let's take a look. Google this morning. It's choppy. It's actually very choppy, man. I don't see anything great on Google. Look at the way, and I mentioned to you guys before, right? You heard me say this in the pre-market show, Lenny. I'm sure you have as well. You've been, watched with us for a couple of days now. Out of the Max 7, this is one of my least favorites, even when it is in play. It just doesn't trade
Yes.
well, compared to like Amazon trades better, Nvidia, of course, not PLTR, Tesla, even
Meta.
Meta trades better than in Google, I think. Look how beautiful Meta looks actually today. Not a lot of volume, but look how clean these candles are, these waves downwards. Google is just not there. It's just, it's a tough ticket to trade.
And again, look at PLTR just really going, and it's really the strongest of all the tech names. And yeah, and you could again see the
Wow.
extreme strength in the first opening range. On the 2 minute chart, you
Yeah.
really see the price increasing in speed, like same like HIMS 2 days ago. It's sometimes these extreme imbalances in the open, they could give hints about further strength later on the day. Yeah, there were definitely also some more strong signals in PLTR, but the range was just so long. But you also see right now now therefore I like to trade stocks with that are stronger than the rest of the market, because now you see the SPY and Qs turning around, and then PLTR gets the tailwind, right? Can move further. So this is a very, very interesting lesson today. PLTR. PLTR, what a name, what a company, what a fun, a true retail stock. Too expensive for the institutions because they're really, really expensive PE wise. But therefore it also trades well, because I think as traders we need to be trading stocks where a lot of retail people are inside, where everybody trying to get in or get out, and then we can read the clues that the price action leaves, and we can try to jump in if the balance seems to be clear to the buyers or to the sellers. Yeah, very nice. And meanwhile, yeah, QBTS now above the opening range. So let's see how it holds above the opening range.
Yes. I adjusted my volume. Yeah, I just noticed that. You know what happened? I had my volume, my headphones so low. So I was hearing Lenny low. So what I did earlier, I increased the volume on the software, on the streaming software, which is going to take us off balance. So I increased mine a little bit. So now it should be more balanced out. So sorry about that. Glad you called it out. Sometimes I don't see those things unless somebody mentions it, because again, just
It's all about balance in life, right?
It's all about balance, man. Balance is such an important thing, including on volume.
And the new balance.
Yeah.
So
all right, guys. Let's see what we got going on here.
me only one trade today. I traded Tesla. I think very strong opening price action. It was also at that point the strongest. Nice confirmation candle. So, let me zoom in better. I had like one partial, and then I went out to break even. But yeah, if this would have moved all day, I think it's also because the market showed really gave pressure to the downside because the market was selling off. But I think it was a nice setup and would easily have gone further. And I think for me, the miss of today was PLTR. I was just staring down on the 1 minute chart, but the 2 minute chart gave, I think, a very nice entry. And I think that's also something. People sometimes say "Oh, I like to trade the 2 minute chart or prefer the 1 minute chart." I think we should just trade both of them. I think if you're a really complete trader, you should trade all of them. You should even trade the 5 minute chart. Sometimes there are clean setups on the 5 minute chart that are not on the 2 minute and not on the 1 minute chart. So I think it's not mutually exclusive. I think
I agree.
to master them all.
I agree.
So for the rest, HIMS was ugly today. This is what you can call ugly price action. But it treated us pretty good lately, but HIMS today was ugly. So let's take the other ones. Shop, also ugly. Big candles at the beginning. Then we see something of a trend up. Okay, that's nice, but as we ARM, we discussed, right? In the pre-market already, they were not the best. Actually, Ford, TNT could perhaps. Nah, I don't think it was a nice 5 minute ORB. 1, 2, 3. Not sure about FTNT. So what did MSTR do? Just ugly, right? MSTR confirming why I don't like to trade it. Just being very choppy.
Yep. What I saw here. So T-Man, lackluster day for you. Yeah, it's there were a lot of great moves, but they all happened, a lot of them all at once. So if you didn't catch one, like PLTR, look at the breakout. I was reading QBTS, right? But PLTR in this breakout was awesome right at the start of the day. So beautiful breakout, takes off here, then consolidation for about an hour. I'm exaggerating, maybe 40, 30 minutes, and then breaking out again here. But yeah, it's a lot of it happened all at once. So if you missed one, then it was tough to get in. And some of this stuff got really extended. AMD actually was not that bad. Why didn't we? Oh, you took AMD actually. No, you took AMD, right?
No, I didn't take AMD. I didn't take AMD because
though.
Yeah. It really good in the pre-market. Second day play. Yesterday was trading completely different from the rest. Pre-market 1.8 million shares traded, but the first move up, second minute looked very strong, big volume. Third minute as well, but third minute was slightly smaller than the second candle. So I thought, okay, maybe the price action is slowing down. And then the fifth candle, you see a steep pullback. And then I think, okay, if it's really, really strong, then why is it slowing down in the first leg up? And then why is there going to be such a steep pullback? So therefore, for me, it was a no trade anymore.
Okay,
right?
Gotcha.
But AMD it was pretty high. I watched the second day play after the earnings. And
Gotcha. Makes sense.
By the way, I get a question how long did it take me to? I was consistently profitable. First of all, if you think about that question, it's how would you define consistency, right? What is consistency? And I think for me, consistency is if you at least 3 months in a row are green, right? Don't think you can ever trade every month green. That doesn't work. But I think like first signs of consistently profitable is like if you at least 3 months of profitable, right? I think also like if you ever want to trade live for real money, first make sure that you at least 3 months profitable in the simulator, in the demo. Otherwise, don't even try it. But like my first, I traded first 8 months in sim. It was early 2020. Then I joined the P Capital Bootcamp in October 2020. Was the first bootcamp, and there I reached actually my first consistency, where I was 4 months straight green in a row. So that was like my first form of consistency.
Lenny, I didn't know you did boot camp.
I did the first
Nice,
one,
man.
and I passed it.
Oh, sweet,
And I
man.
passed it.
I wasn't doing boot camp back then. I started like boot camp number I think 10 or 11. But awesome, bro. I did not know that. Okay. Right.
Yeah.
No, keep going. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to mention that.
No, it's fine. And then actually, like there were like five people who were consistent, and then like they said, okay, one more month of green, and that was then the January month, and then I showed also profitable that month. And also Andrew offered me a seat, but for P Capital Trading. But then I got also like an offer from another prop firm in the Netherlands, where I then decided I went trading for them for 1 year, and then afterwards I came back to be able to trade as a P Capital Trading.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Cool stuff. All right, let's see. I don't see anything else I like here. I think we have some really good trades today, but as far as right now, I don't see anything that I will trade. And around this time, usually after 10:30, I really don't find much opportunity for the way I trade. I might be managing some trades into the day, but continuing the day, but I usually don't find anything new around here. QBTS pulled back quite a bit, guys, after 9:30. So again, hopefully some parcels were taken there. Really, really nice pop. This is why I trade PLTR almost every day. Nick, I should take your advice. It drops at 9:30, 9:29, then runs for 20 to 30 minutes. Often it is stabilized there, then continues up. Worth watching every day. I agree. I every time I say to myself, why am I not just trading PLTR? But like I said, you got to be patient. You got to wait for the setup. Can't rush it, but yeah, it's awesome. Lenny looks paused. No, he's not paused. He's moving. Yeah, there it is. What will you enter PLTR? Okay, so if I was looking at PLTR, if I was trading this, let's zoom in. Let's zoom in here. PLTR. I would have taken it. So we got the pullback, the drop for 5-minute ORB. You gotta wait for 5 minutes. So it's here, and here you don't get a pullback. So you really don't get a lot in the 1 minute. Let's take the 5 minutes. See if the 5 minute gives me something. Yeah, this is a hard one for me. I don't think I would enter this one because there's no pullback, and I love to get in on pullbacks, right? So you don't get that here on the 1 minute. You get a pullback here, actually, still within that 3 minute, right? Minute number 2. So I really can't do much with this. So VWAP breakout, you don't have that either. Yeah, it's a tough one because once you look at minute 35, it's up here, and then I'm going to play it off the VWAP. So that's pretty far out for me. If I would have got any type of pullback here, maybe I could have taken it on the way back up. I'd take it long. That's how usually I like to take the 5-minute ORB. Just kind of like we did with QBTS, right? QBTS, you got a nice little pullback here on the way back down. Boom, we slam in. You don't get this pullback near the entry signal on PLTR, so it's a much tougher entry. If you like to get in on the breakout, which some people do, they'll get in right here on the breakout, no pullback, they'll just jump in. You could do that as well. So PLTR 117.20. This thing is wow, on fire. So yeah, it's hard to tell if I would have like got in on this. Now, if I was watching it, because I was watching it closely, if I was watching the price action, and the price action, the way these candles were forming were telling me a different story, there could be a signal there to get in. But looking at the death chart right now, I don't think I would have easily got into this one. Nvidia tank mode. Nvidia self-destructing.
Really imploding.
Oh, here we go. News. It's a nice little ending volume candle.
There's something here that Trump has accused Sturmer. He'll held a warm conversation on Wednesday night. They will speak again this morning. That's some news, but not too much for the rest.
All right, QBTS going back up to the high of the day, friends. And if you're in this at 850, you're still in this. Like, there's no need to bail on it. You have such a good cushion. You can ride this out and see where it goes. Just make sure you do your trade management part accordingly. But this is a good one to be in. It's probably one of the best. Besides that one and PLTR, the two probably best ones that are moving right now, right? Look, Google's not doing nothing. Google's so crap. Google's so garbage, guys. As a day trading stock, I'm sorry. This stock is, look, like, you have volume, you have potential. Do something. It just decides to do this nastiness. That's why I don't trade it, man. It's just so bad. QBTS heading back up. NVAX also not doing great. Nvidia South lost to VWAP, so that's actually very, very active. PLTR we know about already. Hood also was very clean. AMD keeps losing it. Let's go to Tesla. Tesla also has got a lot of movement earlier today. Kind of quiet the last couple of minutes, but a lot of great movement earlier today on Tesla. And Shopify, another garbage ticker. It did trend higher, but again, it's just a very slow pace, no volume type trading. So you got to have a real strategy for that. Delta long. Wow, Delta. Very nice. How's United doing? That's good too. All right. How about American Airlines? That's the one I have. Oh, snap. That is good. So I have a long position in United, in American Airlines. I told you guys about this a while ago. As soon as it comes below $10, I just start buying. I just keep adding. It was down here for a while, so I had a lot of good ads. And look at that, moving. But I'm looking for higher move. I'm looking for like, anything above 12, 13. So I definitely want to give this time. It's long term, couple of, hopefully, month or two.
What is the reason? You
swing trading. I've been doing American Airlines, man, since like the COVID days. Because American Airlines, me and Mike actually took a swing trade on United. It's just finding value in companies that I was gonna say that I know are not gonna go bankrupt. You never know, anything can happen, but the likelihood of an American Airlines, United, these four major companies, U.S. companies going bankrupt are very, very unlikely. So when they go down on the $10, you're buying at a discount. You're buying value. So I usually, again, not financial advice, but anytime American Airlines goes below $10, something even at 11, I start just loading up. And I've done it a couple of times. And I missed a great move when I did it here. I might have mentioned to you guys, I got out at 14 because it was getting very toppy, and then some values were coming out, and then this thing shot up to 19, 17. I mean, I was just like, wow, I really played it wrong. Played it more like a day trade instead of an actual swing trade. So we did well, but I mean, we lost out on $4-5 extra dollars. I mean, a swing trade, that's neat. So we're not gonna make the same mistake this time around. Let's see. But this is like my fourth swing trade on American Airlines, and then one on United. When it gets low like this, buy value. So there's a couple of companies I have on my list that when these companies hit that price target, I'm just gonna load up. Just load up and swing trade it. So it's more buying at value, not trying to time, bottoms or anything like that. Just value. When you see value is when you buy. Okay. You shorted the ORB down on QBTS. I'm sorry, Lenny, go ahead. Lenny?
Oh, no, I didn't say anything.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you said something. I was reading a comment here. I shorted the ORB down on QBTS just like you. I also hesitated on the VWAP breakout long reentry because of the fake out anticipation of news. Yeah. I did. I hesitated because of the news as well. Which is, again, it's the right thing to do, right? You want to be responsible. You know that news can come out and tear this thing apart, and all your technicals are out the window. So that's a responsible thing to do. It didn't work out for us today, obviously, Harvey. It bit us waiting for the news because this thing is at 930. I think it's going to go higher. I think this has potential to be at 950 by the end of the day, unless something radical comes out and changes the direction. I mean, this is really great news for this stock. They got two things going, right? You got the chip stuff going on because they are a quantum computing company, plus they crushed their earnings. So you got this positive on positive, it's just beautiful. So they're in a very win-win situation here. And they've been up here before, if you guys remember, when they had this stretch. And we actually did a swing trade on this one, if you guys remember that. We did a nice swing trade on this thing. So they've been up here before. Then this is when Nvidia CEO dropped it down, right? He said quantum is light years away or whatever. Or what's that in March? No, that was here. Then it popped up again, came back down. So this territory of 11, 18, 12 is not anything that this stock has not done before in a very short period of time. So it has that momentum and can put in these candles. So I like this stock today a lot for a trade, for a day trade.
Yes. So
News
by
is
the way,
starting?
is the news or the text headlines?
When you see Lenny frozen looking down, he's scrolling, man. He's hunting for news. He's making sure we stay on top of it so he can let us know what's going on. He is on it.
Trump said 21 seconds ago, reach breakthrough deal with UK. 20
You've
seconds
been saying
ago.
that since yesterday. Tell us what the deal is.
Yeah.
What is it? You said that yesterday. Come on, man. What are you waiting for?
You also said like 1 minute ago, we just concluded rare earth metal with Ukraine, but like I thought it was last week already, right?
That's like 2 weeks old, right? Yeah, you're right. Come on, we need give us something that we can
maybe repeats it.
Work on here. All right, best way to do it. Actually, Lenny, put your handle, put the link of your Twitter handle, X handle on the chat here, so people can follow you. And then maybe do a post of the people that you follow, so people can know where to look at. So follow Lenny on X if you want to see some of the accounts he follows that he gets news from.
Yes,
I think that's the best way to do it. Yeah, so he'll put the link here so you can follow him, and then Lenny in a maybe today you could put a couple of names of the people that you follow for news, and I'll look at it too, and I might follow some of those as well. So
all right. I'll send here my Twitter link in the chat.
Yeah, put it on there. There you go. Perfect. All right, let's see. Let's listen in. I want to listen in. Let's listen in. Let's see what.
He's speaking somewhere live.
Yeah, I got him right here. I got him on Bloomberg TV. And let's see if I can get you guys audio. Let's do this.
Thing is, like, I follow also a lot of accounts that they're not really actually interesting, so I might gonna clean it out a little bit to only have the more interesting accounts.
Yeah, because once you start posting, you see whether you like what they're doing or not, right? Oh, hold on, I'm hearing myself. Why? Gotta mute this.
By the way, guys, I gotta hop off because my mentorship session is starting soon in 5 minutes.
Okay.
So yeah, which website? Yeah, it's like a variety of websites. It's also, of course, I use AI, ChatGPT, I use YouTube, I use Twitter channels, all combined. You gotta find like a process that works for yourself. So actually, it's very interesting. Trump is speaking right now. You can really see like the market move on things that he says.
Yeah.
So I'll stay in like 3 more minutes and then I gotta go.
Yeah, no problem, man.
A lot of people say our greatest ally. I don't want to insult people by saying that, but I can say it's certainly one of our greatest, and right at the top. And they're the first one we're talking about. And by the way, we have many meetings planned today and tomorrow, and every country wants to be making deals. And we have a meeting, as you know, Scott will be going over to Switzerland on Saturday, and that'll be very, very interesting. Let's find out. But I think they want to make a deal very badly, too. Both countries have agreed that the economic security is national security and will be working together as allies to ensure that we have a strong industrial base, appropriate export controls, and protections for key technologies and industries like steel. Steel is a big factor. Both countries will become stronger with steel and things necessary for military. You know, we used to build ships and other things literally at a level that nobody's ever seen, and we haven't. We've eased up, and I would say that the UK certainly eased up, but now we're going to be uneasing both, and we work together. Once again, I want to thank Prime Minister Starmer. He's been terrific for his partnership in this matter, the special relationship and external bond. It's really an external and an internal bond between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before. And we really do. We have a great relationship. I want to just say that the representatives of UK have been so professional. And it's been an honor doing business with all of them, and in particular the Prime Minister. And I'd like to introduce him now to say a few words. Mr. Prime Minister, please take it away.
Thank you, Mr. President, Donald. And this is a really fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries. And I think it's a real tribute to the history that we have of working so closely together. Can I pay tribute, Donald, to your negotiating team as well, particularly Howard and Jameson, who've done an incredible job, a very professional job, and my team as well. Two negotiating teams have worked at pace now for a number of weeks to bring in this deal today. Really important deal. This is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs but create jobs, opening market access. And as you say, Donald, the timing couldn't be more apt, because not only was it 80 years ago today that victory came for Europe after and at the end of the Second World War. But of course, on that day,
see the market reactions down, but not huge reactions on the overall market right now as we listen in. So we'll see. We'll see what it does.
This is always, there can also be like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event happening, right? Or we're buying on the rumor, and then actually when it comes out, the news that the price action is selling off, could be, but at least it sounds pretty positive. Also from Starmer's side, what are the details? I think still needs to be released. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah.
Thank you, Carlos.
Thank you all. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. Tomorrow, last day trading with you guys. Tomorrow, last day replacing Peter.
It's Friday. Yes.
Tomorrow's Friday again. I think it could be good again. Some more earnings tomorrow. If you got any question, just send me an email, lenny@pcapitaltrading.com. You can follow me on X, Trading with Lenny. I'll be posting my Twitter again here. And was a great pleasure. I only traded Tesla today, winning trade, on partial, and then I got out at break even. PLTR could also have been an entry on the 2-minute chart. Yes, I think so. I was too much looking at the 1-minute chart, so I missed the 2-minute setup. It was a pleasure trading with you guys, and I see you tomorrow again for the pre-market show and for the live session. And thank you very much, Carlos.
Yeah, no, thank you, man. Appreciate you covering all these days, including tomorrow. So we'll see you then, brother. No worries.
Awesome,
right,
awesome.
Awesome, guys. Bye-bye. Beautiful thing. Thanks, Lenny. All right, so right now, I mean, let's see how QBTS is doing. It's going to go higher. It's going to go 940. 940 in QBTS. I want to hear.
We're the only two Western countries with trillion-dollar sectors when it comes to tech.
Okay, a lot of history stuff right now. I want to hear important things and new stuff. So on the deals, wow, QBTS 938. That is a very beautiful thing. So 940, once 950. I knew it. I knew the stock was going to go up. I was so convinced, and I didn't take it, but that's okay. But wow, what a great trading ticker. Next level on the daily, I'm looking at 950 is going to be a psychological level, of course. So that's really the next level is at 950. Then after that, the big levels around 1014 is what I have, and this can definitely happen today. So Fabian, that's my targets, right? I think 950. I think you get to 10 today. I mean, it's early, man. It's only 11 o'clock. And this thing has a lot of momentum right now, a lot of volume. Crushed their earnings. They've been up here before. They've been as high as I show here in the last recent pop. If I show you this, is around 11.97. So they've been up here before. This is not a new territory for them. So it's that's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, guys. Let me give you my Twitter. You guys can follow me there. I've been posting all my trades because I want to do a like a video or something, like maybe a VWAP course. So I've been posting screenshots of all my trades for the last. In fact, I'll show you guys. This software called really nice software is called ShareX. Anybody use this? ShareX. It's really nice. So it takes, you could take your screenshot, you can set up hotkeys to take screenshots, and I've been taking screenshots of almost every trade. You can see the last like maybe 15 trades here or so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh yeah, 15. Good. So about 15 trades here, screenshots or so, and it keeps them all there. And then it also puts them in a folder, so I can go to the folder, look at that day, and see all the screenshots, and kind of review all my trades and stuff like that. So I've been taking screenshots of everything, and just kind of see if we could do some kind of course with real actual trades. This is ShareX. It's a software for taking screenshots that puts them really organized. So you can see all my screenshots of all my trades there that I take. So I've been doing it every day for like a month now. I want to finish off May, and then we'll do some kind of course, some kind of webinar. I think it'll be fun. I'll see if we could do it free. We could do it free on Trading Terminal, like on a Thursday. So you guys can join. You don't have to be a member. Just come and join. I think it'll be fun. So I'll keep you posted on that. Got to talk to the right people about all of that. All right, excellent, friends. Paris is not going to join us today because I know he's been on the mic since like 9:30 in the chat room. So he's been there. Let's tap into what he's doing. Here's his trading at the moment. What did he do here? He did take QBTS. Look at that. Even Paris is making money in QBTS. So he went long here, partial, added, got stopped out. Looks like added here, partial. So he did take a couple of trades there. Oh, he's hopping off now. Yeah, but he's been on forever. So we're going to give him a little break today, man. That's a long time to be on the mic. Let's listen in. Anything happening? I paused it. Hold on, let me play it.
Ethanol, beef, machinery, all the agricultural products, they've agreed to open their markets, and that will add $5 billion of opportunity to American exporters. So the question is, why would they do that now? Because they've never done it before, and we still have our 10% tariff on, which will produce $6 billion of revenue for the United States. So the idea was, how do they keep their jobs, protect their economy, and do the best for their people while opening the market for us? And the way is they studied it, their team was exceptional, and they tried to figure out the markets that they're importing from other people and try to send them over to America. So why were they always favoring others and not us? And what they've done is they've found the ways to do that so that we have new access, right? But the UK workers are protected, and that was the balance. So we did a deal with them in automobiles, and you know, if you're not building here, we charge you a 25% tariff. But the president, and by the way, I want to make this clear, while Jameson and I worked hard, this was the president's deal. And people think, oh, that's not the way it works. If you got to sit next to him, I have the best deal maker to my left. And if you don't think that we take advantage of him calling the prime minister and getting that deal done, you don't understand who's the president of the United States. So he's the closer. He gets deals done that we could never get done because he understands business, he understands deals. And that's why we're here today. So he agreed they could send 100,000 cars into America and only...
This can go for a bit. I'm trying to see. I think all the major stuff is out already. So I'm not sure what's next here. I see Paris joining. Paris. I see Paris is joining. I thought he was going to take off. I was going to give him a break today. But he's yeah. I was letting people know. Hey, Paris might not be coming on today. He's been on the mic since like 9:30. I know he's tired because that's a long stretch. But
Yeah,
I see you're hopping on, man. I guess you
but
could do a couple of
man,
minutes. You don't got to do the
like,
whole thing, man. That's a long day, man.
but forget about me. You do it every day. So hats off to you. You start at
Oh, I
8.
appreciate that. Yeah, yeah,
Man,
yeah, man. It's
I'm not even close to what you do. You inspire me.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. But yeah, man. How was your trade? I saw you did a QBTS a little bit later in the
Yeah,
day
I did
there.
QBTS, but did not capture that meat of the move that I was looking for, but had a good
Mm-hmm.
day. I'm positive on the
Yeah,
day. Haven't
nice.
hit my goal yet, but still good trade on Tesla and at the what do you call shop. Shop was actually a trade of the day for me. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Awesome, awesome. All right,
but
so we
yeah,
were just listening into the Trump announcement. They already announced what their deal is. The market reacted a little bit, and now they're just talking about how they got the deal done. So I don't think the major stuff is out already.
okay,
Um, so there's nothing as far as new that's gonna come out. So all right,
got it.
so yeah, cool, man. So your call if you want to hop on for a little bit. Again, I know it's been a long day for you, so it's up to you, man.
Yeah, I can take over. I think you
Okay,
you've been uh doing a lot as well, so I'll take over.
okay, you got it, man.
Okay, awesome. Okay, how is everyone on YouTube, guys? I'm actually long Tesla right now. Let me share my screen, guys. I'm long Tesla. So let's see if Tesla has a okay, selling some Tesla. So I'm long Tesla. Let's see if it's able to hold the let's see if it's able to hold the level. Let me get back to YouTube. Set me up for the yeah, it doesn't seem like it wants to pop higher. Seems like gonna come back and stop me out at break even. That's been the theme of the day for me. Every stock that I get in, it moves in my favor. I take partial and stop me out at break even. So sometimes you have to understand that and just call it a day. SPY is actually going up. Qs are actually going up. Tesla is not looking that strong compared to what SPY and Qs are doing. So can you squeeze Tesla? Can you give me that squeeze to the upside? Yeah, Tesla seems to be weak now. The funny thing is because the SPY and Qs are strong, the Tesla needs to be strong. That showcases a relative weakness overall. So Tesla trying to struggle, not having that strength to break to the upside. The sellers are trying to dominate. How is everyone? I do not, Ben. Oh, I got filled. I usually, when the stock moves in my favor, like I am very much in the money, that's when I would, if I have to go out and I have to let it run all day or I have to uh, let it ride all day, that's when I usually do it. But I try to manage, majority of my trades are usually I'm executing it when I'm around. So Andre, I actually uh trade with an LLC, so it might be different for a professional and a non-professional account. But on DAS, I usually subscribe to the complete total view order book. Okay, now it's popping up. Selling some. So Tesla is at VWAP right now. Anybody take that with me, guys? Anybody take that trade? Nice, Ben. Yeah, Tesla, Paula, nice. So Tesla is looking for its way back to 290. But will it happen today? We'll see. Now I'm getting there to hit my goal. So for the day. Yeah, it rejected at 283.25. We'll see if the buyers are still aggressive for the break. Again, rejected the 283.85. Sorry, 25. Let's see if it lifts that. Okay, so I'm selling some right here, 283.27. Oh, now it lifted. Let's see, it goes to 284. Will it? So, Juan, the thesis behind Tesla, if you look at it, let me bring up the Epic Pen. So, thesis behind Tesla was that, first of all, it was gapped up, right? This move was a very strong move. Okay. This move was a very strong move. Now, this is usually I shorted right here because it was in my thing, I was looking for a scalp towards a pullback and then get stopped out. I was not expecting it to come down that much. So what I was thinking that maybe a scalp to the downside, and if I'm lucky, I could get a complete reversal. Sorry, but I got stopped out before it did that. So that was my initial thesis behind shorting it. Then the next thing that I'm trying to understand on the price action is that it pops up very strong, gave back, came back to the original price right here, but did not drop the original price. Ideally, it should continue to the downside. But now it actually popped up. Okay, I'm trying to cover. Let me cover some, guys. Selling some on Tesla. Wow, boom. Wow. Now I'm back. I am hit my goal, guys. I hit my goal. Yeah. I'm still holding like 400 shares. So yeah, that idiot QBTS actually stopped me out and now it's going higher. So let's see if now I'll be like more interested in looking to see if it goes and breaks the high of the day, which is 286 74. But it has to claim the 285 first. Yeah, what a day turned out. Guys, throw us a like. I know I'm not a big fan of asking for a like or anything. And personally, I forget doing something if somebody is live. But it does helps the channel and it does helps there's a lot of effort that goes back on the back end. So throw us a like if you can. It's does nothing to you, but it does a lot of things for the channel. So SPY is rallying. Uh, So 285 is coming. That was yeah, I was talking about something. I completely lost my thought. So so I was talking about somebody asked about the Tesla thesis. Let's see if it fills me. 285 has a big ask. Let's see very quickly it fills. Let's see if it fills right there. Fill me, fill me, fill me, fill me. Fill, 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 fill. Boom. Filled. So 285. Nice, man. This is gonna turn out to be amazing. Amazing, amazing. Trade. Let's see now if it goes for the high of the day. That would be amazing. I still got 220 shares left. Selling some 285.50. Yeah, it was a risky shot. I agree. I agree, Timo. It was a risky shot. And it was a momentum scalp. So when it's a risky shot, I don't give a lot of room against me. And it was definitely a risky shot. I don't usually trade counter trend either. I like to be a part of the with the trend. And that's why I was quick on understanding that that understanding is really a key. I wasn't expecting that it would completely turn around and give us a full pullback or sell off. I wasn't expecting that. I was just trying to capture a momentum on the downside. Man, what a day it is turning out to be. The second I got on YouTube, man, nice. What a day it is turning out to be. Selling some 286 coming. Ah, wow. 286. Squeeze. Boom. This is no pullback, guys. This is insane. No pullback and it just keeps squeezing. Yeah, only 1,500 shares I started with it. Uh, Nader. Now my final exit would be one trade can, make it for you. And the second I got, I think I came at exactly at 11:03 or 4, and that's exactly when I called it out. Man, it's now it breaks the all-time high. No, not all-time high, the all high of the day. What a move. What a move. Come on, break the high of the day. It is getting extended too. But let's see if it has a push to break the high of the day. or then it gives us a complete pullback and then break higher. Let's see if it does that, break the high of the day. This is it actually just touched the high of the day, to be honest. It did not break it, but it is gonna break it. Boom! Boom! Holy crap, what the hell happened? This is insane. This is insane. This is insane. It goes to 290, guys. What a move. I'm not Avi, I'm Paris. So it broke the high of the day. Now it would come up for a pullback. Now let's see if it is able to hold for a pullback or it's just still wanna continue just going higher.
This is a year-to-date high on MSCR.
Nice. Boom. Ah, ah, ah. This is insane. Insane price action. Okay. Selling some. Okay. I don't have much shares left now. Man, this just doesn't stop. I think it goes to 290 today. Ho 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 ho. Ho ho ho. Wow. Okay, this after this it would be my final exit. I don't have any shares left. Oh my God. If Brian was with me, he would be saying humanity. Just final. I am taking here exit. Uh, I am taking one more push to the upside. Ah, 288. Um, this. Signature conclusion. Man, I think I have to say this. Today, I have to say this. I love you, Tesla. Yeah, it's just too extended, guys. I know it can go to 290, but I made 1.5% of my account.
Like even inside of a range, you're kind of looking for some trend behavior just so you're not having to fight equal highs all the time. But buyers and sellers know this. So
You guys hear
if
the
they
chat
know
room
that
thing that's going on?
this didn't drop, then what do you think's going to happen if no one tries to stop it?
Oh, okay, sorry. Nice. So I'm done for the day. Yeah, I am thinking of getting out completely. Might pull back, consolidate higher. I think what is 286? Yeah, 286.73 was the high of the day. Yeah. Nvidia also eventually came back up. Nvidia also, yeah, it did have that thing that it did not want to go lower. And I think Nvidia has that bounce now. Yeah, Nvidia has that bounce now. Tesla is going to bouncing too. Tesla breaking out of this thing. Nvidia also is a very good long. The SPY completely reversed, man. This is insane. Very nice. So let's see if it goes to 289. When Nvidia was a very good long. I was thinking of taking Nvidia long, but I hesitated. But I was thinking of taking long at 117.40. Now it's actually going to 118. What a rally, man. What a rally. Okay. Selling some 289. 289 sold. Final exit will be at 290. Hey Diego, yeah, I think let's talk about the shop trade. So, shop trade, let's talk about this. I think this is a great learning opportunity. So, first of all, understanding the context, right? The shop had an earnings today, this morning. Now, what I'm trying to get information is uh this area, so this area right here, and this area, and this area, right? So what I want you to understand this, so Shop had a negative earnings. They reported some uh they beat the I think they beat the earnings, but they did not have the good guidance. But okay, so 290 is coming, guys. So 29, let me get out of 290. $290, I will be out. It never touched 290. Let's see if it tries to bot back up. But the idea is Shop actually, if you look at this, the Shop was gapped down, okay, on the earnings. Then first level it rejected from was 91, 92 area, 91, 90, 92 area. Rejected, held the 88 area, and then eventually held 88 and 86. This 86 and 88, right? And then it bounced at this point and then comes back to the area where it rejected in the post market, 92. So 92 was the interesting area. And first of all, when things are gapped down, I like to see when they are gapped down for a reason. They had an earnings, and if it's going back up, it is just a pullback on a big picture. So what I'm thinking is this, if I see a weakness below 92, I would love to short 92 to 88, hold around 88 area, and then sell off again to 86, and then eventually lower. Like usually stocks tend to sell off and sell all day if they have a negative earnings to it. So catch the top of the range, ride the entire move, and then continue until the character of a stock changes. In this case, it did drop. Let me zoom in a little bit. In this case, it did drop from 92, drop to 88.50. I think 88.50 was the area. And then it did pull back. And I was thinking, okay, the area of rejection is this area and below the VWAP. So if this thing below holds below 90, then I am gonna be able to ride to 88 and then 86. And that thesis, eventually I saw a seller, if you see right here, right, it dropped, but then it was bought back up. Same, I saw a seller, it dropped, but then bought back up. So when I see something like that, that means the buyers are trying to hold that price and eventually trying to move. So that's why I got stopped out at break even right here, because my thesis was to ride it until the character of a stock changes. But in this case, not only just it claimed the VWAP, but it came back above the 90 area that I was looking at, and then that's the area that I got stopped out. So very happy with the trade execution. Very happy. This is my setup. I executed it perfectly, and it's just that it did not work out. And it's perfectly okay to be a part of that trading where it doesn't work out. I made money. I made good money on this because this is from 91.50 to 88.50. That's a $3 drop. And I made good money on it, but I would have made much more. But my executions were, I'm very happy with. My executions were good at the areas that I was interested in. Execution, the area that I wanted to stop out, I got stopped out. So that's a one good trade. And then you have to keep taking those one good trade until you capture a move, something like Tesla. This move I'm happy with the execution that I did here, and I was content with the way I shorted it, added more, and then stopped out. There's nothing wrong with that. And this could have easily squeezed to the higher side where like Tesla did right now. And you keep taking those one good trade that is matching with your thesis. And then you eventually, some or the other trade would be your home run trades, and this is a home run trade. And eventually it would give you that, jump in your P&L. So you keep doing the right thing until you catch one good trade that gives you that home run move. And sometimes you won't get it. Like if I wouldn't have gotten this move by 12, I would call it a day, whatever the day is. Like you don't have to hit the goal every single day. I was positive on the day. I was up like maybe $1,500 or something. And then now I hit my goal of 5K. So and that's what, this is where I stop, or I stop at 12. Like I usually stop at 11 too, to be honest. I don't like trading between 11 and 12. But yeah. Uh, Nvidia, what is Nvidia doing now? Yeah, man, I missed Nvidia. This was a very good. So now it's claiming 118. The first time it has been above 118. That's actually leads to a continuation. It looks, yeah, it looks strong. Still looks strong. The level 2 also is a strong, bullish, very bullish. It is above that level. So one scenario that can happen is it would dip, like to trap a little bit, and then claim here and then claim again 118 and then go higher. And the second scenario is that aggressiveness is gonna just like happen with Tesla. The aggressiveness would just lead to a rally, the break of high of the day, which is 118.60, and then go to 119 and 120. uh, now I can go to sleep. Good night. Uh, okay, guys, my battery has died. Uh, and let's try to wrap it up. It's been a great day overall. Yeah, that's my Tesla trade, Bruiser. Okay, have a great rest of the day. Take care. See you guys tomorrow.